shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul go. So glow.
Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
How do you answer the fact that you have not given Josh a good enough wide receiver thus far?
Yeah, I mean,
Can I interrupt? I'll address the Keon situation. The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon. I'm not saying Brandon wouldn't have drafted him, but he wasn't his next choice.
Bag up, Terry.
Hold the hand, Tico.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP, from the 313. And I would love to say him by my side is my main man, my Toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey, but Mr. Mikey's a no-show. Mr. Mikey's caught up in work. It is what it is. Your boy's going solo. Again, it is what it is, man. Look, man, the show must go on. Y'all know how it is, man. Let's get to some of y'all comments real quick, man. Sorry I'm late. Man, your boy was sleeping, not paying attention. Time flew by, and before you know it, it was 8:30, and I'm like, oh, man, I haven't even scheduled the show. Not good. Nah, man, Cam's good. Cam's fine. Dalton ain't getting cut, man. Dalton's gonna stay here till his rookie contract ends. We don't need to cut Cam. He's a free agent. Yeah, I'll go over the free agents that are. I'll pull that up, by the way, because there's a lot of them. Trek, newsflash: Andy Reid retires and picks Sean McDermott to take his place as head coach. No, that would be his the biggest nightmare for Weston and his Chiefs is to have Sean McDermott take over and just see that Kansas City organization just crumble to the ground. Oh, dude, McDermott, go to KC, man. That's where you belong. You guys going back and forth. It's great, man. Spin, what's going on, brother? Watch Bills hire Phillip Rivers for the heck. Bro, I can't believe we're even interviewing him. Like, but look, we're also interviewing Mike McDaniels, and I didn't see that happening. So, you know, it is interesting, but they're not. Listen, Beane and Bagula, they aren't holding anything back right now. They're going to interview everybody and their mama if they want a job, man. Let's see here. I'm trying to get caught up before I get going, man, so I'm not too behind on the chat. I don't even want him as the OC. Okay, who? Mike McDaniels? I would take him as OC. So, guys, by the way, I did change my mind on who I want to be our next head coach, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Do you all think hiring Phillips Rivers is too much of a risk? Josh is turning 30, and I don't think we should hire first-time coaches that only coached high school. No, absolutely not. You do not hire Phillip fucking Rivers. I mean, that's the same as us, as the Colts when they hire what, Jeff Saturday to fill in as their interim head coach from ESPN. I mean, I know he's a former player, and yes, by the way, I'm in my robe because I'm feeling mighty good tonight, man. I'm in my robe. I got my rest. I'm comfortable, man. I'm comfortable, all right? I'm solo tonight. You know what I mean? I got to be in my robe, man. And it's very this robe is super comfortable, by the way, for years. So, yeah, if you were wondering, yeah, it's just, it's my go-to for tonight, man. My comfortable go-to for tonight. Oh, man. Kincaid was playing with a torn PCL all season. Yeah, yep. Now, I wonder if the Bills can get in trouble for that if they knew that he was playing on a torn PCL, because that never popped up on the injury report as far as Kincaid. So, I wonder if they were hiding that injury, or maybe they just never checked, but it's kind of hard to believe that. What up? Dalton Band-Aid was playing on torn PCL. Yeah. Yep. And of course, Dawson Knox has to be the one to reveal it, right? Boy, that was a press conference of the decade. You know what? I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the press conference. I got to be honest with you guys. Other than a few stupid, comments that Pagula made, where he jumped in and kind of took over the questioning of Brandon Beane, which I thought was a bit arrogant. I thought it was a bit pushy. But, guys, he's a billionaire. I mean, they all act like that. Let's be real here, right? He's a billionaire. They're going to act like that. They're going to act very arrogant. They're going to act pushy, aggressive when they talk. So I felt like he was aggressive at times. I thought he was a little bit arrogant. I thought he was pushy. I didn't like the way he cut off Brandon Beane a few times. Let Brandon Beane answer the question. You don't need to jump in for him, right? So I didn't like that. But the other stuff, I didn't mind. I really didn't mind. I thought he was very truthful. I will say this though. I didn't understand, because he kind of when they asked why he fired Sean McDermott, he said it was it was because of the Denver Bronco game. He went into the locker room and saw Josh Allen crying, and the rest of the team was crying, and he made his decision right there, right? But then he later on in the presser, he said it was really, because we failed every season pretty much, right? He hit a playoff wall, I believe he said. So if he would have said that to begin with, instead of just kind of going on one particular game, I think fans would have been like, all right, that makes sense. Because for me, that's been my argument the whole time. It's been my argument the whole time. And that's one thing I was trying to tell Bills Mafia for the longest time. How much longer do you want to continue on with Sean McDermott as your head coach? This is back when I was saying he should be fired after 2021. And I was saying, okay, how much more longer? 7 seasons, 8 seasons, 9 seasons, 10? When does it stop? When do you eventually go, you know what? Okay, we need a change here. And it's not that he was bad. Nobody said he was bad. And that's the other thing, too. It's funny to me how fans now are signing a petition to want Sean McDermott back. That's going to do anything for one. Two, these are the same fans that were calling for his head all year long. So stop with that, okay? Look, he was a good coach. He ended the drought year here, right? Got us over the hump, But he hit a wall, and that's true. And just like players, they have a ceiling. Sean McDermott hit his ceiling, plain and simple. And we needed to move on. You need a new voice. You need a new direction. You need a new scheme. Plain and simple. And by the way, the players that are bitching about it and upset about it, blah, 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 look, they'll all get over it. They'll all get over it. Because, look, the NFL is a business, right? And the goal is to win a Super Bowl. Plain and simple. He had 9 seasons to do that. People can't bitch and complain about that. 9. He didn't get the job done. Right? You got to move on eventually. And that's what the Buffalo Bills did. So stop whining and crying. I'm excited for this change. We needed a change. We needed a new voice in the room. We needed a new direction. We needed a new scheme, especially on defense and really on offense, to be honest with you. And everyone thinking we're going to go back to the drought years. My God, what is wrong with you people out there? Stop it already. What up, Sandra? How you doing? What up, Tommy? Greetings from San Antonio. Go Bills. Go Bills, man. I'm sorry if I'm behind on the chat. I am trying to catch up. Tommy complains about McD pressers. Might want some of his pressers back because Bills completely butchered how they handled the firing of McDermott. See, I disagree. I don't think they did. I think, like I said earlier, I think Bagula came off a little bit aggressive, and I didn't like the way he cut off Brandon Beane at times. So yeah, but does that surprise you coming from a billionaire? I mean, guys, like, of course not. You're going to get that smug, arrogant, aggressive talk from an NFL owner. They all do it. Ain't no NFL owner up here being all nice. Phillip Rivers as coach, I'm down with. But trusting a coach that never coached college is a risk. The Buffalo Bills ain't like a team where a coach can wait and figure it out. See, I don't want that. And I'm going to tell y'all who I want in a minute as soon as I catch up. Tommy, thoughts on Bagula during the press conference? For the most part, I thought he was honest. I didn't mind it. But like I said, I didn't like a few things about it. He came off like, once again, arrogant, a little, aggressive to, when answering questions, cutting off Brandon Beane from answering questions. I didn't like that. But outside of that, a lot of it I understood. But people are going to see things the way they want to see things. And there's still people that are very upset about Sean McDermott being fired. And I'm not one of them. I like I said, I respect the guy. I give the guy his dues. I never said he was a bad head coach, but his time was up. It's been up. Let's be real. And the whole thing about the other thing is he should have been fired 2 seasons ago because this was his best season. Who cares what was his best? He's had 9 of them, and 9 of them he was unable to get this team to a Super Bowl. However you want to put the blame, it doesn't matter. I don't care. He's the head coach, right? He's the one that's leading the players out into the field. He's the one that is, getting the team, rally the team up, right? He's the guy that's putting the 53 together ultimately, right? He's the one that's putting the coaching staff together. Y'all want to blame Beane about the 53, but guys, once again, we tell you guys this all the time. Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane were tied to the hip when it comes to the 53 and free agency, right? Brandon Beane brung in what Sean McDermott wanted, for the most part, that fit his scheme, that fit his locker, that fit his culture, right? He wasn't going to go against Sean McDermott and just get guys that he felt were the best fit. It doesn't work that way. And I'm not saying Brandon Beane was perfect. Brandon Beane has made mistakes. You guys know that I made a video saying how pissed off I was at Brandon Beane at the trade deadline, right? So he's not perfect. But I also feel like his hands were tied quite a bit with Sean McDermott here as head coach. Because Sean McDermott ultimately is the one that hired him to be GM. Now, of course, you guys are going to come back at me and say, well, Terry Pegula hired Brandon Beane. No. Sean McDermott recommended Brandon Beane. He's the one that brought Brandon Beane in. Come on, guys. Let's not be silly here. Right now, yeah, Terry Pegula ultimately wrote the check, but Sean McDermott's the one that pretty much okayed it. He's the one that told Terry Pegula, that's my guy, right? That's my dude, man. We worked together in Carolina. I know him better than anybody. Why do you think the hire was so quick? It wasn't like they were out there scouting GMs. They hired Brandon Beane immediately after they fired Doug Whaley. And y'all talk about it wasn't Sean McDermott who set that up. Of course it was Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott had a lot of say, a lot of power. He was the puppet master here for a long time until he wasn't. And then you guys are like shocked, right? Bills just wasted time. They know who they want. And I'm going to tell you who they want. Well, I'm going to tell you who I think they should get. Yeah, Rivers is... Look, man. They're going to have some guys that are coming in, doing, an interview. But a lot of these guys are listen, Anthony Lynn ain't getting the job, right? Just saying. You know what I mean? Like, don't get too caught up in who's coming in for interviews. You know, Mike McDaniels is not getting the head coaching job. Like, I would be shocked if they gave Mike McDaniels the head coaching job here, right? He just doesn't, he wouldn't fit. One, he's not a head coach material. I'm sorry. Maybe in the future he can be, but for me, he's best for OC right now, right? Maybe he gets his act together and tries again down the road. But right now, Mike McDaniels needs to stick to OC. That's what he does well. He can, he doesn't need to talk to media too much. He doesn't need to rally his troops, right? Man. It's snowing here in Seattle, Tommy. Yeah, it's snowing in Michigan, too, in Detroit. It's like 5 degrees. How many 5 degrees right now? What is it right now? No, it's minus 1 here in Detroit. Pretty cold here in the D. Like, I was going to go out and get myself something to eat, and I'm like, whoo! Like, I took my dog out, a couple hours ago, and I'm like, holy shit, it's cold outside. Oh, man, I really don't care how they fired Admiral McDermott. Yeah, Admiral. Yeah, oops. Anchors away, McDermott. Yeah, good luck to you. Honestly, I think Cleveland would be a great spot for Sean McDermott to land. I think that's a team that really needs a lot of help, and I think Sean McDermott would be perfect for that gig, in my opinion. That or the Raiders. But I think Cleveland, for me, if he wants a challenge, he wants to bring an organization from the absolute bottom and maybe a playoff team potentially. Yeah, McDermott might be able to do that in Cleveland. Tommy, it will be so deflated if the head coach hires Joe Brady. I'm not saying Joe Brady is bad, but it's not like a big improvement over Sean. It would be a screen fiesta. No, fuck no for Joe Brady. I'm sorry, guys. You know my feelings about one. I don't care for Joe Brady. I don't think he's I didn't think he was a great OC. I thought he was way overhyped. He failed to understand player strengths. So what do you think he's going to do as a head coach if he couldn't even do that right as an OC? I just don't see it. I don't see head coaching material when it comes to Joe Brady. That's one. Two, I want nothing to do with any of the coaching staff that was here with McDermott. You fired McDermott, let everybody walk. Let everybody go. I want nothing to do with anybody here. You hire a head coach, you let him bring in his own staff. Period. I don't want any hangovers. The only one that I would have considered is Aaron Cromer, and he retired. So it doesn't even matter. So for me, no. Let Joe Brady Joe Brady, I don't even want you riding your bicycle by the new stadium. Get the hell away from Buffalo. Go do your thing wherever you want to go. Be a college coach. Go be an OC somewhere. Go get hired. Maybe some dumbass team will hire him as a head coach. But please, God, don't make it Buffalo. And I don't think they will, but you never know. But I just don't. I don't see it. The Trek. I want Dable as head coach. Webb as OC. Lynn as running back coach. Reich as assistant head coach. Quality control. And Rivers as quarterback coach. Man, we're like building the ultimate coaching staff there, right? And you're kind of right on where I was going with it. Sub, chilling with Tommy on a Friday night. Richie, dude, thank you. I appreciate you rocking with me. Appreciate you subbing. Yeah, man. Tonight's Friday Night Lights. I'm in my robe. I'm chilling. Normally, I got a co-host, Mikey. But Mikey is at work. Mikey stays in California, so he's on a different time zone than me. And then, when he gets caught up at work, it is what it is. Tommy goes solo. So, no Mikey tonight. And also, too, every time the season ends, Mikey likes to take a little vacay from the podcast. But I always tell you guys, the show must go on, and Tommy has to continue doing his thing here on the Mafia Sports Report, and then obviously Friday Night Lights. So let's see here. Why are the Buffalo Bills fans becoming hypocritical? They've been wanting Sean fired for years, but now they want to sign a petition. I just don't understand that. Exactly. I don't get it. I don't understand Bills Mafia. This lady, I don't know if you guys heard, this lady calling into WGR, crying, like a Karen, or I don't know, she's crying, actually yelling on the phone. Let me see if I could find that. I mean, it was like outrageous. Like, calm the fuck down, Karen. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on here with people losing their minds over Sean McDermott? Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. Somebody had sent it to me. I think it was my buddy, and I don't know where it is now. Man. Oh, boy. I wish I could find it. Let me see if I can find it later. But I do have some stuff that I did want to go over with you guys here. A couple good points here. Let me bring them up, actually, now that we're here. Might as well before we get going. Actually, you know what? Let me get to your chat real quick. I always feel bad. I get so behind on the chat when Mikey's not here, and then you guys are like, man, Tommy, fucking asshole, getting behind on the chat. Yes, bring back McDermott so we get Tommy get his tramp stamp. You guys know, and anybody that's new here, I had a bet with the chat, right, with all my subs, that I would get a I Heart McDermott tattoo if Sean McDermott won a Super Bowl here in Buffalo. And, well, that bet, I won that bet because Sean McDermott did not win us a Super Bowl. Matter of fact, he didn't even get us to a Super Bowl. And he got fired. So Tommy won that bet, and thank God. In a way, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I shouldn't say that because I do want a Super Bowl here. So, man, you know what? I wanted a carrot. I would have got the I Heart Sean McDermott for a Buffalo Bills Super Bowl. Sure. The petition is a joke. It's stupid, and I'm sure that petition is going to get thrown right out the Terry Pegula's office, right into the trash. Right, Terry Pegula's going to just... He's not going to even pay two... He could give two shits about no fucking petition, all right? Those same fans would be like, why didn't we fire him a long time ago? Exactly. If the Steelers can fire Mike Tomlin, then when he never had a losing season, then I think we can move on from Sean, especially with the type of losses. Yeah, exactly. I get it. We do got a super chat coming in. Let me hit that super chat real quick. Hold on real quick. Every super chat gets that Bills train horn. Let's go ahead and hit that, fire that up. Thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and put that. I always got this audio in the background, man, because it just helps me, man. It helps me go with the flow of the show, man. Right? I argue we need to, because players getting too comfy. Yeah, man, look, man. It was his time, man. And I understand the players are upset about it. And I get it, right? This guy was there for a long time, 9 seasons. A lot of the players have, have been there with Sean for a long time. I mean, some of them just as, Deion Dawkins, Trey White, right? Many, many years. Josh Allen, obviously 8 years, right? Dawson Knox been there a while with him. So there's a lot of guys that have a lot of respect for Sean McDermott, and I totally get it. Also, too, the things that happened in 2022 with the team, and we all know, like, I'm not going to go through every single thing, but it was a rough 2022 in Buffalo. The city of Buffalo, and then obviously the team, right? And then obviously the DeMar thing, I can go on and on. There was a lot of incidents that year, and Sean McDermott did a good job with rallying the troops and kind of just getting everybody together and getting them really ready for football, right? And having their mind on football and not what was going around or going on around them, right? So I give him credit. Like, I give him some love. I do. And I'm sure that's why the players have that spot for him in their heart, which I understand. But this is a business, right? And when the new coach comes here, right, they're going to respect him. They're going to grow to love him. And it moves on, right? Life goes on. And when they see Sean McDermott, in the future, maybe we play against a team that Sean McDermott's coaching, they'll show him love. They'll embrace him. And that's it. The game will go on. Tommy, and we are going to be in a new stadium. The new head coach. It's going to feel like a restart, which we really needed. And we're not going to be in a drought. We got prime MVP Allen, for crying out loud. Exactly. And that's the other thing. I don't understand why people think this team's going to go backwards all of a sudden. Like, why? Like, listen, guys, this isn't why. Okay, the drought years for the main part was because the Buffalo Bills never had a quarterback. Well, let's be real here. Is it the coach or was it the quarterback? Right? And now, of course, the coach is kind of to blame and the GM for not getting that, right? For not supplying a quarterback, right? For not finding one, right? I get that part. But the real reason, and we're going to be honest here, is because we haven't had a quarterback since Jim Kelly. Right? You're only going to go as far as your quarterback could take you. Right? And luckily for Sean McDermott, he got Josh Allen in 2018. Right? Who wound up being an MVP quarterback. You know what I mean? So, I would love to see what like a Rex Ryan would have did with Josh Allen, just to see record-wise. Like, would Rex have been a playoff coach with Josh Allen here? I'm going to say yes. Would he have been a Super Bowl winning coach with Josh Allen here? Probably not, right? Probably the same results as we got from Sean McDermott. Tommy, in my opinion, the defense giving up the 83-yard touchdown drive at the end of the game isn't being talked about enough. I wish Josh could play against the Bills defense instead of top-rated defense. Robert, and I agree. And, that's another thing that bothers me, too, about a lot of Bills Mafia that are just strictly pointing the finger at Josh Allen for that playoff loss against Denver. Look, he played a bad game. Like, he had some bad moments. But I also feel like he had some good moments. And when the game was on the line and when it mattered the most, Josh Allen came up clutch. He did. Right? Say what you want about the missed throw to Dawson Knox, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear it. We went up. We were up 4 points with just, 2 and change, right? Just slightly under 3 minutes. And the Buffalo Bills defense gave up a touchdown, right? All they had to do was get a stop there. They get a stop, more than likely the Buffalo Bills get the ball back, run the ball, right? Kill the clock, right? And that's it. Game over, right? We move on to AFC Championship game. But they couldn't get a stop, right? When it was needed the most, right? And that's the story of this Buffalo Bills defense with Sean McDermott. Not being able to get stops in clutch moments, clutch situations. It's been that way forever, right? I'll give you a prime example, right? Cam Lewis gets hurt. They put Savage in. They have no help for Savage, right? They attack Savage right away. Sean Payton, he knows what the weak spot is right away for the Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott doesn't call a timeout, doesn't adjust, doesn't get any help for Darnell Savage. Boom, just like that, touchdown. Trey White goes down. Dane Jackson comes in. No safety help. One-on-one. Dane gets burnt. Touchdown, Denver Broncos. Why is this a problem? Why is our defensive-minded head coach not figuring that out? Why is Sean Payton figuring that out? Right? That's been the problem with Sean McDermott. He gets out-coached in key moments. Take this title down ASAP. ASAP Keys, come on, man. What is going on with you tonight? If y'all don't know, that's my dude Keys from Post Podium Podcast. He does not like the title at all. I don't get it. What's wrong with the title? Bills fans, book your stay. We believe in Beane Island. Come on, man. Book your stay today. Man, look, I already booked my stay, right? I'm here. I'm already on Beane Island. It is a wonderful island. I welcome all y'all to come join the dark side. Come to the island that we believe in Beane Island. It's a wonderful island. You got Terry Gula chilling, right? You got his yacht, right? Just chilling by the island. We can go on the yacht, right? We can meet all his rich billionaire friends, right? Free drinks for everybody. It don't matter, right? Terry's just throwing out drinks, throwing out party favors for some of the girls. Hey, whoa, just saying. I didn't say what kind of party favors. I'm just saying. Right? We're having a good time on We Believe in Beane Island. You got Brandon on the island with his dogs. Brandon Beane loves his dogs, right? Loves the adoption, right? We got plenty of dogs chilling, right? We're having a great time. Right? Josh Allen's already heading over to the island. Like, he's already on his way. You know what I mean? We got some Bills Mafia already on the way. Dan Mitchell, my buddy, he's already on the island. Just like that. He flew down. We're chilling. Having margaritas. And you got these upset Bills fans writing petitions, calling in radio stations, crying like little bitches. While we're over here partying, having a good time. You know what I mean? You got Keys over here. He don't like the title. Keys going to join us one day. He's going to join us one day on this island. It's a fun island. I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all better listen, man. I'm saving a spot for Keys. I ain't going to lie. I'm saving a spot for Keys because I'm a nice guy. I'm going to tell you right now, once it's full, though, I don't know. I don't know if any of y'all are going to be able to get on, right? You know what I mean? Like, just being honest with you, right? Like, y'all talking that trash, right? And we go into next season and we take care of business. I don't want to see you guys with your sorry ass boats trying to get on the island, right? On your paddle boat, right? Get out of here with that. all out Keys because he's my buddy. But I don't want to hear all y'all complaining. Any Bills Mafia out there signing petitions, calling WGR, crying. Y'all don't get to come on the island, man. Y'all are banned from the fucking island. You can cry. Go over there and cry your tears. Go write your petitions. I remember when Belichick left, fans talk shit to me, about the team's decision. Yeah. McDermott really should have been fired after 13 seconds based on what Tyler Dunn said. That was an interesting article, by the way. And I know a lot of people thought it was just a hit piece. But a lot of that is, let me tell you something. A lot of that article has a lot of truth to it. Oh, man. I'm so excited, man. I am so excited for this change and just be a part or just not to be a part of, but witness the this new change, right? That is so needed. And I know a lot of you guys, once again, are just still torn about it, but move on. Stop it. Hugh Hefner robe on them boys. Yeah, man. I told you, Keys, man, I'm chilling tonight, man. I'm solo. It's -1 here in Detroit. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like getting dressed up or putting my hoodie on. I'm like, you know what? Let me just get in my robe here, man. I'm kind of feeling like Terry Bagula over here. You know what I mean? I'm feeling, I got to get my, he probably has TP embroidered in his robe, right? I got to get my TC, right? I got to get my letters here. My name's embroidered. That's right. All fancy over here. Oh, my God. Tommy, why is Bills Mafia not acting like they wasn't pounding the table after 13 seconds game for him to be fired? Bill Belichick won 6 Super Bowls, and the Patriots move. Like, come on, guys. Exactly. And we didn't even get to 1. I mean, what are we crying about here? Terry Bagula is an engineer. Engineers have poor communication skills and people skills. Bagula made his money in the in the oil field, and that is tough, cutthroat landscape to do business. Yeah, I agree. Look, he's not the best, and that's why he doesn't really do a lot of pressers, right? As you can see, it's not a strong suit. So, but once again, I'm not killing the guy. What are your thoughts about Jim Schwartz for our DC? I would love it. Absolutely. If Jim Schwartz came back here to Buffalo as our defensive coordinator, oh my God. Guys, like our defense would get right back on track to really where it was when Jim Schwartz was here back in the Rex Ryan days. What's up, Tommy? Crazy, these people getting up to a petition for Sean McDermott. This man should have gotten fired for 13 seconds. Yeah, exactly. It's wild to me. Signing a petition like that's going to do anything. Save your time. Go do something productive. God. The Houston game last year nearly at our own goal line. Clappy decided to not run out the clock, go into overtime, instead loses in regulation because Houston got it at midfield. Yeah. How like stuff like that. Like people forget, but I'm glad people like you bring it up. We want to talk about the Denver game and all the turnovers and all the, there's the stupid decisions in that game. I feel like one of the most dumbest decisions in that game was by Sean McDermott with 16 seconds left in the first half. We're down 7. We have no timeouts. We're at our own 30, and he wants to be aggressive. Guys, once again, what is Sean McDermott thinking? It's not like we have this high-powered offense that can go down the field with ease. Like, we haven't been that way all year. Like, why all of a sudden do you think we can get in field goal range with 16 seconds and no timeouts when we haven't had that kind of offense all season long? But now we're going to have it against the Denver Broncos defense that up until that point only giving up 10 points? No, man. You take that into halftime. You regroup. You're getting the ball to start the second half. And instead, you want to be aggressive. It's kind of like the fake punt we did against Kansas City with DeMar Hamlin. One of the slowest guys we have on the field. What are we doing there? So he's done a lot of dumb, foolish things here. He's done good things, but he's also cost us a lot of games, right? In key moments, he tenses up, right? He gets out-coached. That's always been the knock. Oh, my God, Keys. Come on, man. Tommy, Josh has Had below average OCs in the last 3 years. Robert, I agree. I think since Brian Dable has left, I thought Ken Dorsey didn't deserve to be probably fired like that after the second year. I would have liked to see maybe what he could do to finish the season. His numbers weren't bad as far as offensive. Like, we were top 5 at the time. We had a couple bad games. Now, mind you, I'm not saying Ken Dorsey is a good OC or anything like that, but I also felt like he didn't get much of an opportunity either, right? And then, by the way, Ken Dorsey is the pass game coordinator in Dallas, and they're one of the best passing teams in the NFL. So, and then we replace him with Joe Brady, and we go with this old school run first type of offense. And it just didn't really, it's not what Josh Allen, that offense didn't suit Josh Allen. It just didn't. Josh Allen, of course, he's a good teammate. He's going to do what the coaching staff wants him to do. He's going to go along with it, but doesn't mean it suited him. Man, I'm so disappointed in you, Keys, for not joining us on Beane Island. We believe in Beane Island. I mean, what is going on here? That's all right. Eventually you will come over to the dark side. Renaissance man, how you doing, brother? Give me Brian Dable and let's get the show on the road. Phillips Rivers is the lead for the coach from my source as well. I would be shocked, and if that's the case, they are in a lot of trouble. and then I have to say, you know what? I may have to start swimming off of Beane Island. We believe in Beane Island. If they hired, let me tell you something. If they hired Phillip Rivers or they hired Joe fucking Brady, I might have to quickly get the hell off of We Believe in Beane Island. Because those would be two terrible decisions, and I couldn't get on board with that. So I'm going to tell you who I want. Because I did initially want Mike McCarthy initially, and I still wouldn't hate the hiring, but I changed my mind. Tommy's definitely agreed. Joe Brady was overhyped. How many runs up the middle, runs on first down, screen plays on third down? Yeah, how many bubble screens is he going to do, right? So I really don't hope he is the coach. Rather have Dable. Yep, and I'll get with that. I'm going to get to you guys on that in a minute. Who you think's been, don't say Brady, my heart will melt. Oh my God, I have somebody here. His name is Mr. Mikey. Mr. Mikey is on the program, folks. Welcome, Mr. Mikey, to Friday Night Lights. My co-host just got back from work. They're killing him, by the way. They're killing my dude over here at work. Let me see here. Let me Welcome, Mikey. Welcome to the show. We missed you, man. So, Mr. Mikey, we're talking about a lot of stuff here. We're talking about the press conference. Let me get through super chat, and then I'll go with you, Mikey, real quick. Let's just get over with this real quick. I mean, Richie Fresh coming in. I argue it was needed because players getting too comfy. Yeah, I mean, that could have been the case too, right? Players getting too comfy. Geez, I got another super chat. Man, you got, thank you so much, man. It's cause that I'm fighting for Buffalo nonsense. You know, I think he was caught up in the emotion of it. I'm not gonna kill him on that. I also think he probably knew his job was on the line, and at that point, he was just like, "I'm gonna say what I gotta say." So, Mr. Mikey, how you doing, brother? Uh-oh, can't hear you. Uh-oh, hold on. Can you guys hear Mikey? Let me know out there in... oh, where he went. Could be me. I mean, I don't know. Did anybody not hear Mikey? Let me know. Let's see. Mikey's back. Let's see. Sometimes we got these technical problems.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
What up,
got-
Mr. Mikey?
What's up, buddy? I was on my way home. I was listening, and I was posting, and I realized Tommy's never getting to my chat because he goes on his 10-minute dive.
Oh, did you have a chat? I am so sorry,
I had
Mikey.
F you. I was in there talking with the chat. We're good.
F you. How dare you? How dare you? By the way, Mikey, are you joining me, Dan Mitchell, on We Believe in Beane Island?
In Beane, I trust.
Yeah. Well, it's it's Beane Island. We're all on island right now because there's not a lot
You
of us right now.
absolutely know that's where I stand because I've said it from the
Nice.
get-go.
Nice.
I've said it
Mikey's
from
on.
the
Look at that.
get-go.
Look at that.
I told you I wanted, if one of them had to go, I wanted to see McDermott because I want to see what Beane can do, with a different head coach. Because I truly believe that Beane catered to what McDermott wants. Any good GM does. He talks with his coaches and gets them the type of players that they say that they need.
Right.
So, and that's what I heard at that press conference. I mean, I don't think I would have let Pagula say as much as he did, but he also cut Beane off like 3 times, and when you own the team, you kind of get to do what you want to do.
Right. And Beane ain't going to be like, hey, they asked me, pal, to shut your mouth and let me, The Rock, answer. Jabroni. Like, that's not going to happen, right?
Nope.
He would have been fired there on the spot. Pagula would have looked back and be like, all right, guys, now we're looking for a GM and president of football operations. Oh, my God. So, I don't know if you saw, I played the beginning where it's like, I had a little clip of like, no, Terry, no. I had to play that. But I do got something here, a couple things I wanted to play. I wasn't sure if you're coming or not, but so here's this guy's thought, and I want your opinion. I don't know if you saw this. Yeah, did you see this or no?
Shine. Yep, I saw Shine.
Okay, I'll play it. Why not?
Terry
For the audience?
Pagula, Keon Coleman comments were wild. Other than that very public misstep, I thought the Terry Pagula press conference was phenomenal. Terry Pagula hasn't talked to the news media in 6 years. Terry Pagula wants to win a championship. Terry Pagula went through the bullet points honestly and accurately of why he fired a coach who has a record that is significantly over 500. And I thought that what he had to say was frankly amazing and inspiring. And let everybody in lovely Western New York and Bills Mafia nationwide know that the goal is to win a championship. And
Amen.
as he said, they hit the playoff wall with Sean McDermott. And he made a point to reference, and he's laying it out, right? The seeds that the Buffalo Bills have had in the playoffs over the last 6 years. And that meant that you can rip the roster apart as much as you want, and we have, especially at the wide receiver position. But this team was good enough, great enough, roster-wise, with Josh Allen to go to a Super Bowl.
So that's one, and I totally agree. By the way, what's your take on his comment?
Oh, we've said that for a long time. Like, at what point is good not good enough?
Exactly.
Now
I'm not going to play this whole thing here because it's 4 minutes long, Mikey. But I'm just going to play a little sample. Okay, I'll play a little bit. I'll stop.
We all know there's bias. For the record, you have some too. There's recency bias. There's confirmation bias. In the media, we have what I would call chaos bias. The more chaos you have, we jump to it because we know you'll jump to it. That's how it works on YouTube and TikTok. People find chaos. And I think sometimes it steers us in the media, myself included, toward chaos bias. Buffalo Bills have had a bad 48 hours. Everybody's piling on. You may want to take a deep breath. Let's look at where Buffalo's at. Ownership stable, new stadium coming, massive revenue upgrade. Buy more players. Superstar quarterback, top 6 offensive line in a league that has shifted over the last decade to offense. Tight end, slot receiver, running back, quarterback, O-line, left tackle. Really good. Last 6 years, most wins in the league. Best point differential by a country mile. Number 1 offense, second in playoff wins. Yes, they had a bad 72 hours. They had a bad press conference yesterday. The Sean McDermott firing and press release could have been better. They've been excellent for 6-7 years. Excellent. Can this also be noted? Winning Super Bowls is hard. Sean McVay, the best coach arguably in the league, has won and should probably thank Aaron Donald and 1 sack late on Joe Burrow for that. Jim Harbaugh, none. Kyle Shanahan, none. Sean Payton, 1. And if the Colts recover that onside kick, he's maybe looking at 0. Okay, the Buffalo Bills are a controversial catch, no catch call from beating the excellent Jags and the excellent Broncos on the road. Okay. Bill Belichick, 5 of his 6 Super Bowls decided by a possession, 3 by a field goal. Rory McIlroy, best golfer in Europe for 15 years. He went 11 years without winning a major. He was often PGA Player of the Year multiple times. In a year, he didn't win a major. And in golf, you get 4 chances a year to win a major. In the NFL, you get one 3.5-hour window. That's it. I would rather be a Buffalo Bills fan today than almost anybody not named Kansas City because of Andy Reid and Mahomes, and Andy Reid could retire in a year. I'd rather be the New England Patriots. I think Drake May is actually at this point underrated. I like where the Rams are, but Stafford could retire. I like where the Seahawks are, but do we all trust Sam Darnold yet? I do. Most of you don't. Recency bias, confirmation bias. There's also chaos bias. And it's what we in the media do. And it's also what you, the fans, are attracted to. Brandon Beane's probably not the best personnel guy in the league. But again, if I told you in 2026, an offensive league, if I said, yeah, there's this franchise, upstate New York, superstar quarterback, Pro Bowl running back, great left tackle, good O-line, star slot receiver, really is good, excellent tight ends. And their roster's full of B guys. It's not like they've got C and D guys all over. They could use another cornerback. So could the league, except Seattle. Everybody needs new corners because everybody's going 3 receivers wide, and nobody has 3 great corners, not even Seattle, and they've got 2. Terry Pegula didn't have a great press conference yesterday, but what he's saying has so much merit. We're pretty good here. We've got the things you'd want here.
There you go. So what do you think about that one?
You let it run longer than I expected.
I did.
Heard it.
I did. I was like, fuck it. I'll let it run.
I'd heard it, you know.
Oh, did you? My bad. Okay.
Yeah, I like Colin. I listen to him. I like Shine. I listen to him. The ones I can't listen to are the haters. You know, the ones who wait for the Bills to fail so they can jump on and say, see, I told you so. It's those ones I just can't listen to. Like all year, they're like, okay. They prop them up, and then they're like, oh, see, I told you. Just not my style of media, and that's fine. You know, I think the fan base has gone a little overboard, and this Sean McDermott love. Sean McDermott was a very good head coach. Yeah. This was, and I think the issue that the fan base has is this was the best coaching job he's done since 2017.
Right. And I even said that.
If they would have fired
cares?
him 2 years ago, no one would have given it 2 shits.
True.
But this was
even if
Beane's worst roster, and it was Sean's best job, so everyone's mad.
Correct. Even after 13 seconds, I don't think anybody would have complained, right?
No.
But you know what I wish Terry Pegula would have said, because he kind of his reasoning if he would have stuck with, because initially he said, I went into the locker room, I saw Josh cry, I saw the team cry, and I kind of made my decision there, right? Because of how, you know, I looked around and saw the players I can't, you know, enough was enough, right? But later on in the presser, he said he hit a playoff. Like the reason why I fired because he hit a playoff wall. We just couldn't. You know, he mentioned the 13 seconds, this, that. You know what I mean? Like if he would have just said that, I think fans would have understood a little bit more rather than him just saying. Because then you saw like a reporter and then said, well, if he, you know, so you're blaming on the refs that he got fired, something like that, right? And then he got defensive on that. Like he should have just said, look, he's been here 9 seasons, and he did a great job, and we love what he did here, but he hit a playoff wall. Like, we had too many exits out of the playoffs, and we have to have a new voice here, just a new leadership, just, whatever else he wanted to say from there, right? A new vision for this team. I gave him a lot of I gave him 9 seasons, which many teams won't even give, right? Which, Mikey, 9 seasons. Fans are acting like McDermott got 4 seasons or 5. Like, the dude got 9 seasons to get the job done, and he didn't.
He didn't choke most of those away.
Right. So, when we talk about it, we talk about the Denver game. Why would you be aggressive at the end of the first half? I know Josh Allen fumble. We get that, but that play should have never happened. How about somebody brought up in the comment section, what about the Houston game last year, where instead of going to overtime, he plays aggressive again, way on our side of the field. Remember that? And pass, and then it gives the Texans the ball back. Plenty of time to go, win the field goal, game over. So it's like moments like that is the reason why Sean McDermott's fired. If we're going to be honest here, it has nothing to do with one particular moment. It's moments. It's all of them together. And then the fact that he's been here 9 years, and we just need a new voice. We need a new direction, and we need a new scheme. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. It doesn't mean this team's going to go backwards or going to be bad. Like, I'm hearing all that. Drought years. Like, stop.
McDermott may be the top coach on the market, but after 9 years, something had to change. Continuing doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity.
Right.
At the end of the day, it had to do something. I think the people are more pissed that Beane got promoted, but I think that could be a positive for the Bills because maybe Beane brings in a different general manager to actually do some of those things. And he takes more of the president role. And maybe he doesn't do some of the other things that he was doing because in his new role, he's going to have other things that he has to do, which means he's not going to be able to spend as much time being a talent evaluator. Also, the front office gets talent. It's on the coach to bring the talent out of the players. So at what point does the Keon Coleman pick, even if it was Beane's pick and McDermott was on board with it, does it fall on the coaching staff for not developing him? How many receivers is this coaching staff since Chad Hall left developed?
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what, too, Mikey? And I tell this to people, too. By changing nothing, nothing changes, right? And that's it's as true as it says, right? By changing nothing, nothing changes, right? So if we were to keep rinse and repeat, like Mikey said, it's the same results, right? We're getting the same results each season. And it's the playoffs, right? And we're seeing the same mistakes. And Mikey's right. It's their job, the coaches and the coaching staff, to develop these players, to turn them, to see what their strengths are, their weaknesses, and work on them, right? And Joe Brady did a poor job with the player strengths, in my opinion. I thought Sean McDermott didn't evaluate talent either. He left a lot of guys like Poona Ford sitting every game when he shouldn't have. He let guys get traded like Wyatt Taylor. I'm just throwing some examples out, right? And then also scheme, right? He's getting guys that just don't fit in the scheme. He can't make it work. So he's making him inactive. So Brandon Beane's bringing him talent that Sean McDermott can't fit into his own scheme. So I don't know what else you guys really wanted there at that point. So look, at the end of the day, Mikey, I'm excited for the change. I really am. New stadium. I think Josh Allen's going to be excited once he knows who the head coach is. Now, Mikey, I haven't told you yet, and I haven't told everybody, but I changed my mind on who I want as the NFL, as the Buffalo Bills head coach.
It's no longer McCarthy?
It's no longer McCarthy.
Who is it?
Hear me out. It's Brian Daboll. And I think Brian Daboll would be an excellent decision. Here's why. One, okay, him and Josh Allen are very tight. There's nobody that knows better Josh Allen than Brian Dable. There's nobody that knows what Josh Allen prefers, likes on that field as a play caller, right, than Brian Dable, right? Brian Dable and Josh Allen, their communication is on point. Also, nobody's going to hold Josh Allen more accountable than Brian Dable, right? He needs that again. He needs somebody letting him know you can't do that, right? I'm not saying get in his face, but he needs that accountability again, right? He needs that. He needs somebody letting him know on the sidelines, hey, you can't do that. Hey, you can be better than that. And he hasn't had that since Brian Dable really left. Let's be real. That's one. Two, I also feel like as a whole, for a lot of the players here, it's a good way for a guy to come back that the team can rally behind. They know that they can get over this McDermott thing, right? They can. This is a perfect guy to come in. He's a player's coach, and he's an offensive-minded head coach. Also, if he could build a coaching staff around him, let's say he brings in Davis Webb as OC. Let's say he brings in Jim Schwartz as DC. Now we're talking. Now we're building a really good coaching staff. But for me, Brian Dable is the answer because of everything I just said. The relationship with Josh, the relationship with players already on the team that know Brian Dable very well. Also, he's a Buffalo guy. He wants nothing more than this team to win a Super Bowl, right? And he's very familiar with Terry Pegula. He's very familiar with Brandon Beane. So he's not going to come in here and start, puffing his chest and saying, I'm the man. He already knows what they expect. And I think it would be a perfect fit. I really, really do.
I don't think it's going to happen. Here's what I think's going to happen. I'm not saying I want this to happen, but this is what I think's going to happen. I think Davis Webb's going to be your head coach.
I think it'd be a terrible idea.
I think Jim Schwartz is going to be your DC.
That'd be fine, but
Brian Dable is going to be your OC.
Okay, if it worked out that way, I'd be fine with it too. But I still, you know why I would say that?
Former head coaches.
Because if Davis Webb don't work out, you just have Dable your head coach. Just
or
saying.
Schwartz.
Or Schwartz. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like,
and people are saying give Dable the head coaching job and then Davis Webb the OC. Davis Webb's not going to be OC. He's thought of in the coaching circles. He's going to get a head coaching job in the next year or two. You get that young guy in there now. You get him in there now.
But what makes Sean
McVay so great? It's his knowledge. Whether he's plays or not, it's his knowledge.
Right. But I haven't seen him even
by the best.
He hasn't even been an OC though. That's my I would be a little, and the fact that he's super young, I don't know if he would be like this buddy instead of coach. You know what I mean? With Josh,
do you think the Rams are kicking themselves for doing it with McVay?
No, see, I don't know the history of McVay. Was McVay an OC before he became a head coach? I don't know the whole background of McVay. So
McVay hadn't called plays. That's why. That's why everyone was killing him. And then he brought in a defensive coordinator, former head coach Wade Phillips, to be.
I don't know a lot about Davis Webb, to be honest with you, and I worry that you bring in a guy here with very little experience. And the reason why I say that is because, man, we talk about McDermott, right, Mikey? We talk about like moments where he fucked up, or moments where he got tight in certain situations. Being a head coach that's way different than OC or DC. Like, that's a big responsibility. You're in charge of big key moments, right? This guy who's never even been in that situation before, yeah, it worries me a little bit, right? When a game's on the line, you know what I mean? Is he going to tighten up? Is he going to, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what the difference is? Can I tell you what the difference is?
Yeah.
Davis Webb was a player. He understands what's going on in game management.
Have they even interviewed Davis Webb though?
No, he can't. He's still in the.
Oh, that's right. He's over in Seattle, right?
No, he's in Denver.
I'm sorry, Denver. Yeah.
Yeah. So Damon Kubiak, and here's the thing: Lou Anarumo is the DC for the Colts. Unless we give him a head coach, he's not coming over.
I do not want a DC, by the way, as a head coach.
I don't either. You need to link Josh up with a offensive mind at the end of the day. Whether that's Kubiak, whether that's one of the other ones, like at the end of the day, I'm just telling you, I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Like, I think it's going to be Webb. I think it's going to be Joe Brady, or I think it's going to be Dable. It's gonna be one of the three.
So here's
really
Bill's
believe
wire of the coaches for the Bills, like what they have, potential. They got Anthony Lynn, which is not going to happen. Okay. Brian Dable, I listen, I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying what I would like to happen, by the way, Mikey, right? So two different things. I would like for Brian Dable to be the head coach, but I get what your point is on Davis Webb. Now, Lou Anarumo, defensive coordinator. I don't want a DC.
If I
You got
DC, I want Flores. If I'm going to take a DC, I want Flores.
Exactly. Grant Udinsky, Joe Brady. No, I do not want Joe Brady back. Anthony Weaver.
Nope.
No. Davis Webb. There's the rumor. There's your guy, Davis Webb. Also, you do know they interviewed Mike McDaniel today, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, what is your thoughts on that, by the way? Why do you think they would do that? I know he got hired by Chargers for OC, but he still can get a job.
He's an innovative offensive mind. But
so they just don't want to hear him out?
It's the only way I would be okay with McDaniels if he brings in someone like Schwartz or a former head coach, defensive coordinator, because man, he struggles. He struggles with some of the game day stuff and holding that team together. Like,
right.
You heard about the shit going on in Miami. Like, it's wild.
Yeah. Do you think that they're interviewing some of these guys for potential like OCDC? Just kind of getting the feel for him as well?
No, I think they're going out and they're casting a wide net just to see how guys react. I think Kubiak's going to be on the list, but they're talking about Kubiak.
You heard about
to the Raiders.
Yeah, and you heard about today with Phillip Rivers. What's your thoughts about Phillip Rivers?
They're casting a wide net, and a lot of guys they want to talk to are still in the playoffs, and they need to fill up, slots.
Right.
All
right. When do you think they make a decision? And do you think it would be a bad decision to wait for some of these coaches to be done with the NFL season? Like, let's say they do that, and let's say Kubiak doesn't want to coach the Bills, and now they passed up on Dable, and let's say Davis Webb, or Dable. Let's say Dable, for instance, right? And now maybe Davis Webb has an opportunity somewhere else. He doesn't want to go to the Bills. Now they're down to only, so much, right? Like so many options. So, what's your thoughts? Do they wait around, fuck around?
It depends on how much they like the candidates before him. So if they fall in love with Brian Dable, they've already met their requirements for the Rooney Rule. Pull the fucking trigger.
They did.
If that's your guy, pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Don't wait around just because. My guess is they think one of their guys is still in the playoffs.
Right, and they're just doing their due diligence by interviewing, or at least getting a feel for these other guys and seeing what their vision is. I get it. It just makes so much sense to bring back Dable.
I like that.
It really does. But that too, that would be great if you wanted to do that. If Phillip Rivers, and by the way, Phillip Rivers, he would be smart to take a job like that because he's coached high school football. Like, let's be real. Like, you get your foot, this is your way to get into the NFL coaching circle, right? You start off a quarterback coach, and maybe you move up to pass game coordinator, and then you get OC, and then, who knows, right? And maybe you get a head coaching job down the line. But for me, that would be, man, can you imagine, Mikey, building the ultimate coaching staff, right? If you could actually pull that off by bringing a Jim Schwartz here, right? By bringing a Phillip Rivers as quarterback coach, right? Dave or like you said, Davis Webb. Oh man,
whether it's Udinsky, whether it's Davis Webb, either one.
Right.
If you could pull in Dable as the OC, Schwartz as the DC, and you go get someone like Phillip Rivers as your QB coach.
Oh, dude!
Now you've surrounded that first-time head coach with two former head coaches and long-time OC.
Nothing but knowledge.
Nothing but knowledge. Do it.
Yep.
Mikey Wood, McDaniel stepped to OC coach. No, he already has one. He's with the Chargers. It's either head coach or nothing for him.
Head coach or nothing. Yeah.
Man, I would hate.
I don't see it though.
Press conferences. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't see it though.
I love his mind. Like,
yeah.
I mean, say what you want. He knows how to scheme guys open. That's what he knows how to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a huge addition to the Chargers if he doesn't get a head coaching job.
Oh, it's a great gig. That's a great gig for him.
Shoot down with ass for bonehead mistakes. Allen McDermott were softies. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You know what, too, and that's what I was trying to tell you. Like,
he also
I feel like I feel like him on the sideline though. Dable is he is involved with his team, man. Like that's McDermott. Not really. He clapped on the side. He didn't really, didn't do much about getting on the side, firing guys up. Like Dable does a very good job with getting, And by the way, too, he may come across like an asshole at times on the sideline, but players love it. They respect the hell out of him. He's a players coach.
He kind of lost them. He lost them at the Giants. Like he lost coordinators the same way McDermott did. Like there was a lot
Coach of the year. Yeah.
There was a lot of issues
I get
with
it.
Dable in New York as well.
First year went great though. Can't complain. Winning sometimes shuts everything up. So just saying.
Then he just went downhill.
Yeah. Well, they also traded his best player away. So.
But he didn't use his best player. Like he didn't feed into Saquon. He just didn't.
Yeah.
If you bring Dayball back here, I bet you James Cook doesn't, barely gets 1,000 yards.
No, I disagree. I totally disagree. He did not have he did not have that offensive line that he has here.
Doesn't matter.
When he was here.
Anywhere else he's been. He does. Go look at the history of his offenses. They don't run the football.
They didn't have the. I'm telling you, they didn't have. Cleveland was terrible. I disagree. I think he would run the ball here.
Please, no on Webb. If somehow hired Dable as OC, we know who really runs the show. You're not going to make the Bills Mafia happy. You're just not. It's going to be an internal fight.
Oh, absolutely. No matter who it is.
Until the season starts, and then we will all rally together to see what it looks like.
Yeah. It's going to be a very, divided as far as, who likes the new head coach, who hates the head coach, it's going to be divided until they prove themselves. And that's fine. You know what I mean? I agree with that too. Like when we hire McDermott, I was like, here we go again, Mikey, another fucking garbage ass coach I never heard of. Let's be real, right? So McDermott, he made me proud, right? He turned shit around. So I changed my mind, but I also changed my mind once he started getting to the playoffs and getting bounced every year. So
would Dable pick us over OC job? Yes. Oh, I think Dable would pick us because one, his relationship with Josh. Two, he's a Buffalo native.
Yeah.
Ideally, that's where he would like to come home to. And who knows? Maybe it is Dable, and then they bring in Davis Webb as the OC, and then we lose Davis Webb in 2 years.
Yeah, but if that happens, it happens. I mean, I would listen. Let's say this hypothetically. Let's say Davis Webb is everything you said he is. I'm just throwing this out here. And let's say Brian Dable is the head coach, Davis Webb is the OC. And let's say we do wind up going to Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl, just hypothetically. And Davis Webb goes and leaves, and who cares? Like, I could care less. Like, we got the job done. Now you got.
But so here's my question: What if we get into the playoffs and we have a Sean McDermott type of meltdown with Dable on the sidelines, and then at the end of the year, Davis Webb leaves, he goes off and becomes a really good head coach.
It's very possible, but I will say this: I wonder what how far the leash will be on our next head coach. Meaning, how far will Terry Pegula let the new head coach go on like Sean McDermott did? You know what I mean? Like, what will it be this time around? 4 seasons? 3, 4, 5, 6? 7, you know what I mean? Like, so it could be short. You never know. Maybe Terry Pegula's like thinking to himself now, I can't let that happen again.
It depends on who they choose. Depends on who they choose, really. So if it's an existing head coach, someone like McCarthy, someone like Daboll, someone like Lou Anarumo, or something like that, I think this is going to be a very short. If they decide to go get Davis Webb or Kubiak or Zinski or one of those guys, I think the leash is going to be longer because they're so young.
Yeah. I also I'm very curious about the relationship, though. Brian Dable with Brandon Beane and Terry Pegula. You know what I mean? I would assume it's a good one.
My understanding,
if they're bringing him in,
when they left, it was a really good one.
Okay, so that's going to matter. That's definitely going to matter. Davis Webb was here a short time as a quarterback. So I'm just factoring in and weighing in
I'll tell you one
reasons
thing,
why
our pass game will get better.
Dable will make sense.
Our pass game will
Absolutely.
get a whole lot fucking better. With
Yeah,
Dable.
no, absolutely. I just don't know if our running game would take a major hit. How about that? It may not be what it was. It may not be run heavy, Mikey.
It's not
but
gonna be
I don't
run
know if he would
centric.
totally avoid it.
It's not going to be run.
But that's
centric.
okay. That's all right. As long as he mixes it in.
We'll go back to the 70, 67,
You think so? I think it would be something like 60-40.
We were praying to get to
70-30.
60-40.
Yeah, but we
were
had, come
praying
on.
to get to 60-40.
We didn't have a great
OC.
offense. Yeah, but we didn't have the offensive line
It
we
doesn't
have
matter.
now.
We still, I mean, we're not going to have the offensive line we have now next year anyways. We're going to have new guys.
We'll have not all of them. We have 3 returning starters.
Mhm.
We have two that we need to replace. And really, honestly,
And our 2 best backups.
we already may
are
have our
restricted
center
free
here.
agents.
We may have our center already in
may.
SVP. So I'm just saying, really, we may just need a left guard. So I don't know if it's that, torn up.
McDermott let Allen sit all by himself, dejected when he wiggled out of the Texas playoff game. The guy's a joke. Yeah, listen, I've never been, ever since the 13 seconds game, I've been kind of out on McDermott. McDermott did a lot of amazing things in Buffalo. And he'll go off and he'll be a successful head coach elsewhere and win a lot of games. I just, until he learns to let go of the reins and let his coaches actually do certain things, he's not going to get over that hump. He's just not.
Correct. Yeah.
Saquon was injured a lot in New York. He was. Just weird ones too. But he's also playing on that crappy ass field that everyone gets hurt on. We're not going to have a defense next year, so Allen's first QB to break 6K yards, having to play a shootout every week. Well, we're about to find out. Also, but the reason why I want Shorts so bad is he has an attacking style defense. Shorts never has a bad defense. It doesn't matter who his player.
No, exactly. And you know what? I think that might excite me more. The fact that we're changing this defense around.
That's what excites me the most. Because we still have Josh, so we know the offense is going to be good enough because we have Josh. It's the defense.
Correct. That's what really, let's be real, guys. That's what cost us the majority of our playoff losses throughout our time here at McDermott. McDermott never wanted to change. He never wanted to get out of his scheme, right? His scheme was broken, in my opinion, right? Especially against the better OCs. And McDermott was just stubborn. He felt it was going to work. He never wanted to adjust, and it cost us a lot of time. So, man, Mikey, bringing in a new DC here with a new vision and players he wants, dude, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see just the change. Now, I will say this, though. Do you think by changing the defensive scheme, will that affect some players like Benford,
Absolutely.
Bishop, you know what I mean?
People are asking, was McDermott just a secondary savant? And were they system guys or were they really good? We're about to find out.
Because these guys are going to have to retool.
I think Bishop's really talented. That guy's uber athletic too.
He is.
I think Bishop's going to be able to fit. Benford's a little scary. He seems like he's really good.
You see, right?
Really, but we don't know. He's not an uber athlete.
Right. So it's going to be very interesting to see what DC comes here with the head coach we hire and what kind of scheme he runs. Yeah, dude, you're right.
But also,
think about that.
Really
the linebackers.
Deion Walker. What does he look like next year? Ed Oliver in an attacking style defense. You might see Groot running stunts.
Groot, right?
We've been yelling for year after year. Why don't you shrink Groot down and put him on the inside? You get a Jim Schwartz style, you might see Groot on the inside like Myles Garrett was.
You're right.
Going up against guards rather than tackles.
Yeah. Absolutely, you're right.
I'm excited about the defensive philosophy change.
And then when Hoyt gets back from injury as well, he's
jack of all trades.
he's a guy that could fit into any defense, so it doesn't really matter with him. But you're absolutely right. Like when it comes to like Groot, especially Groot, the things you could do with him probably, like put him around all over the line and just get creative with him.
Not only him, but you go get someone like, Jim Schwartz and give him an uber athlete like Solomon.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows
Solomon
what that guy
too.
could actually be. Like
Right.
in Sean McDermott's defense, playing just a 4-man rush on the outside, it didn't work. But
Nope.
you go give him, let him play, down, back, inside, out.
Yeah.
Like, move him around and let him just attack with different styles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
hey, we might get an actual one tech too. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Right. Wouldn't that be beautiful? And linebackers. Who knows what happens with the linebackers?
I bet you we're not going to stay super small like we are.
I don't think so. Nope.
We just need a defensive coordinator to get this defense. Yeah, I'm with you, Eric. Like, I'm definitely down for that. I think that's what I'm most excited about is the change in the defensive scheme. I really am.
Mm.
They'll be fine with the run game. Calm down. Okay.
Mikey.
You feel one way, I feel another.
Calm down, brother. I think you'll be fine too. I'll be honest with you. That's just me.
I mean,
we'll see though. Look, when the time comes, if he's the coach, right? We'll find out, right? What this team's about. But I don't know if he could just simply ignore it. I just, James Cook just got paid. He just came off leading rusher in the NFL. Like, to me, that would be really, that would be tough for Dable just to be like, I'm good. We're going to take it. Like, we're totally going to ignore James Cook and his ability in this offensive line ability to run block. Like, that's such a key part of this offense that he didn't have while he was here. I just feel like now that he has a guy like James Cook, the offensive line that's pretty much good to go. You got to probably replace the left guard, but the things he could do with James Cook, even in the passing game, Mikey, that he tried to do with Motor, that he couldn't really get going with Motor. Remember that? Like, he tried, but Motor was just not, that wasn't what he did in college. So now you got James Cook. Dude, the passing game, think about it. Brady didn't even get Cook involved last year in the passing game. So with Dable, who knows, right? I'm just saying,
Remember, James Cook was drafted for Dable's offense.
Correct. But he was also second string when he first started here.
Because that's what they did.
That's what they did. Yeah.
Big Papa Bill comes in and says, Beane better trade for Pickens. Dude's a baller. Like, here's also another thing. Maybe we don't just look for choir boys. Maybe
Correct.
we will
Maybe
take
that
a gamble on someone like Pickens or an Ayuk or someone who, maybe we don't
That's some
have
history.
Maybe we don't have that issue. Because
which
we
they
have
need to
a
do.
Culture in the locker room that Josh and the captains in there can hold those guys accountable. That maybe they go out and get one of those type of dudes. Like,
correct.
Because we want his play on the field. We'll figure out the
Right.
locker room piece of it. Let's just get him on the field. Like, we don't have to trade for Pickens. He's a free agent. But
let's get playmakers.
Same with Ayuk. Ayuk coming off, is leaving the 49ers. They came out and said it. He's played his last snap for the 49ers. They're going to release him.
Boy, what a weird situation that was. I really wonder what really, really happened with that. They're saying they have no idea. They have no idea why he did what he did, but I'm sure he'll come out this offseason and explain why he was a no-show. You know what I mean? Why he chose to just walk away. Really interesting.
Like, he didn't want to stay with the 49ers originally. He wanted them to trade him to Washington before they traded Debo to Washington. And they wouldn't. So then he signed his money and then he got hurt. And it was just like, after that, it became a whole thing. So I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see who we're bringing in.
Who gets cut as well?
Man, even
like
if
who's cut casuals?
Or even someone like Flores and his attacking style defense. Even if that's who they decided to go with from, like, it's not a soft zone defense. He attacks.
Oh, dude. He's aggressive. Yeah, and I wouldn't even mind that either. Now, Flores did sign, though, as DC in Minnesota, so he would have to be head coach, and then you have to bring in an OC, obviously. But there is somebody else, another defensive coordinator that is available that's a good one out there. I forget who it was, other than other than Schwartz. Who was it? There was somebody else that was out there that was a good DC, Mikey. I don't remember the name. Somebody had brung him up the other day. I don't recall. But there's another DC out there that people were liking, and it wouldn't be a bad
Shula?
fit either.
Shula?
Might have been Shula.
Yeah,
might
Shula's
have been.
the Rams DC. I want to Josh Allen turnover machine. It says, guys, we at least concede that we were asked before McDermott for 20 years, and then we got great. What if he was great? He was great. He just wasn't the right coach to get us over the hump. I'm not taking anything away from McDermott. I'm not saying McDermott was ass. McDermott came here, put a process in place, set a culture, brought us a winning mentality. He was fantastic for the years that he was here. And we could have gone another 10, 12 years or until Josh left, winning, 12 games a year and getting to the divisional round or the AFC Championship game and coming up short.
Right.
But that's not why we're in this. We're in this to try to win it all. And there was no evidence that we were ever going to get over the hump with him.
And that's the problem. That's the main problem. At the end of the day, it wasn't, all the other stuff we talk about was also obviously piled on to that main reason. But I'll say this, though, too. And I said it earlier in the podcast, Mikey. The drought years, we didn't have a quarterback like Josh Allen. We never had one. When we lost Jim Kelly, we haven't had a quarterback since, let's be real, Josh Allen. We've had a lot of bust. We've had a lot of bad free agent signings. We've had a lot of average to okay quarterbacks in Tyrod Taylor and Fitzmagic. Like, those guys are okay, but they were never going to lead. Yeah, Uncle Rico. But they were never going to lead this team to a playoffs. They just weren't. This is not the kind of quarterback they were. We needed a Jim Kelly. We needed his replacement. And they didn't, unfortunately, find that until we got Sean McDermott here and Brandon Beane. So I kind of also want to say, like, that helped a lot too, guys. Like, it's not just Sean McDermott came here and he won with Tyrod Taylor, right? Let's say we never got Josh Allen and we're just winning with Tyrod Taylor for 9 seasons. I would say, yeah. I mean, okay. Guy's an excellent coach, but come on.
And listen, he's going to go get another head coaching job and he's going to be successful. Sean McDermott is too buttoned up not to be successful at what he does. He is.
Correct. Yeah.
He's a culture builder. It's what he is. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And I appreciate him for everything that he was. I'm just not going to make him a martyr. I'm just not. It's not, it was time to move on. Keys. Just on a wide 9. Oh, mama. Yeah. Like, let's see it, Tommy, chat growing up to 80 people.
There you go.
Like, hey, Cooks, I hope we bring back Cooks, but I hope we bring him back as like a number 2 or 3, not a number 1. Let's use him for the skill set that he has. So we're not throwing 50-50 jump balls to him.
He better work on his hands. I got to say, his hands were shaky this year. They just were, every catch, it seemed like he was bobbling the ball. Like, nothing was ever, like, clean. Cooks, if you do come back, get some gloves, work on your hands, right? Gripping that ball, right? We need that possession, man. Don't be fumbling the ball around.
Yep. Trixman says, I can see Bishop being used like a hybrid nickel the way Cooper DeJean was being used. I could see that too. Like, you have to remember, in college, he covered tight ends. Kincaid said at college, at every practice, that's who covered him. And he won most of the time. That's why everyone was so excited about having him. And then we didn't use him on tight ends at all. Does it suck that McDermott had to lose his job? Yes. Is it unfortunate? Yes. Was it time? Yes. Did Pagula lay it out correctly? No. You know who should really lose their job? The damn communications person who can't write a comm and didn't prep them for this. Whoever the communications head is there doesn't need to be there anymore. Like, whoever is responsible for that was bad. That's who should lose their job. Like, come on. Michael, year incoming. I think it's going to be another year before Hoyt's back fully. I think he'll get better as the season goes along, but I think it usually takes about 2 years to get completely healthy from an Achilles. But I'm excited about
this too. Let me show you this real quick, Mikey. I got this. Got a couple. We'll go through them real
I'm
quick. So
thinking
this is
Tommy
the.
head coach. Ooh, I like this. Tommy head coach, Mikey OC, DC.
Yeah, there you
There's a
go.
problem.
What about
I can't-
Keys? What about Keys, man?
I can't take directions like that from Tommy, so he can't be my boss. Sorry, just can't happen.
Come on, man. Come on, Mikey. I'm a good boss. I'm a good coach.
I'm too much of a control freak to allow that.
Man.
All
right, you know what?
I'm not the soldier. Like
we'll make
that.
you. We'll make you like assistant GM. You work with Beane and get us some players here, okay?
I'm good with
that. Look, Mikey, ranking the NFL head coaching openings.
Fire Tommy as head coach.
Yes. So here's the ranking so far for head coaching openings, like the top team. So number 5, see if you agree with or disagree. Number 5, they got the Cardinals. The 5 on this. The 4, Cleveland Browns. 3, the Raiders. 2, Pittsburgh. 1, Buffalo. You agree with that list?
No, I would flop the Cardinals and the Browns.
Okay.
Did you hear the shit that came out today about the Browns coaching search and what they have to go through? They're all data driven, so they have to write essays and take personality tests, and like it's not about the X's and O's and leaders and men. They want data on it. Like,
so no wonder they're right.
Like, what are we doing?
No wonder
here?
they're failing. All right, this is the last one for you, Mikey. Ranking NFL coaching hires for 2026. So this is so far, obviously. They got more, but John Harbaugh, number 1. Would you have him 1 so far?
What
Best hire so far?
Best hire?
This is ranking NFL coaching hires for 2026. Okay, so we'll go through the list. They got 1 Harbaugh.
Nope.
They got 2 Minter.
Yeah, that's my number 1 right there.
They got Stefanski at 3.
I think that's a good fit.
Saleh at 4.
Good fit.
Halfley at 5, the guy that was crying, which was fine.
That was
and that's it.
Fit.
Halfley,
I would have. Mentor would be my number 1. That was such a good hire. He was on my list, on my top 3. Mentor was.
So 2 Harbaugh?
No, I'd say Harbaugh
Saleh?
probably 3 or 4. I'd say Harbaugh's probably 4.
Okay.
See, I think Harbaugh's living off the name.
Damn. All right.
And they gave him all the power. Usually when that happens, it goes to their head. What he do? The first thing he did is he canned like some 30-year, head of ops guy. Like, nope, I'm cool. I'm cool on the Harbaugh thing. I would say it goes Mentor. Then it would go Stefanski because I think that's a really good fit for Stefanski.
All right.
And then I would then probably say Saleh. Although my concern with Saleh is he better hope Buffalo doesn't hire Daboll so he can, because he needs a true offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to fail there too. He's going
to be like
legit offensive coordinator that can run an offense, because he's a defensive
I'm totally
guy.
with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one as well. Like, that's one thing he failed with the Jets. He just could not figure the offense out. Yep. Oh, what's your thoughts on Kincaid, by the way? I'm sure you heard about the playing on a torn PCL all season. Like, were we hiding that?
No, he had knee. He had knee issue. Like, it was always on the report as a knee.
Golly, man. Another thing for him.
I take what players say after about how hurt guys were. Assault. Could he have had a torn PCL? Yes. But if it wasn't like completely torn, or he wouldn't have been able to play.
Slight tear, and he just got surgery. Yeah, I got you.
Like
Allen had a broken foot. I guess they were saying he's going to get surgery too. He'll be fine.
He may need surgery.
He may, but I would, if I'm him, you do it now, get it over with, right?
They said if he does have it, he'll be ready for OTAs.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead and get it done with.
Yeah, it's wild. Question for you guys: is any coach's job safe here? No, we've already lost our special teams coordinator. Torber's gone. He's in Miami.
Yeah.
And I liked Torber. I thought he was the one coach I really did like.
Him and Cromer. You're right. The special teams coach. At first, I was like iffy with him, but you're right. He turned it around for me.
As the year went, and he got
as the year went.
Man, I was sad.
But for me, though, guys, like I said earlier in the podcast, the reason why I don't want Joe Brady either, I just want a clean slate. Like, I don't want anybody returning. Like, everybody can go. Honestly,
there's a few defensive-minded guys I wouldn't mind coming back. Really,
I just want a clean slate. But look, it's up to the coaching staff. Usually, they don't keep guys left over. Sometimes they do, but it's rare. They usually bring in guys they are familiar with. They know. Now, I will say this though, Brian Daboll, if he were to be hired, there is a possibility some of these guys that he knows would stick around. Now, that is a possibility.
If Brian Daboll's hired, I can almost guarantee you Davis Webb's going to be his offense coordinator.
Right, because they work together.
Connection.
Right,
Yep.
Davis. I believe Webb was there when Dable was coaching, wasn't he? On the staff as a quarterback? As a quarterback, right?
Yeah, he was a players coach.
Yeah, on the practice squad, right?
On the practice squad, and then he turned down the Bills' QB coach job to go play one more season for Dable in New York, and then he took a job with Sean Payton in Denver.
Yep. And another thing, too, I want to point out, and Post Podium made a good point, because I've always brung up Isaiah McKenzie when it comes to why I felt like Dable was really good while he was here as OC, understanding player strengths and using them to the best of their ability. They also brought up another guy I totally forgot about, and Isaiah Hodgins, who went over to New York and actually played pretty damn well for them for a little while. So Dable gets the best out of
and who knows
his
what
receiver.
he can do with Keon. Who knows what he can
That's
do
what I'm saying.
Keon.
That's what my point. And they also bring that Post Podium, like
Shakir.
That's what he and Shakir, like, this is what he does best. He knows what he has in the room, and he knows how to get them to play at their best of their ability. And he also goes, you know what? I'm not going to throw this guy out here when he doesn't do these routes well, or I'm not going to put him out here on third and whatever, because we need, you know what I mean? Like, he's just not going to, these routes are perfect for this guy. This guy, I'm going to use his speed for this and that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he did with Isaiah McKenzie. Like, KJ Hamler, for me, would have been perfect here for Brian Dable. Brian Dable would have used him perfectly. You know what I mean? Like, those are the kind of guys.
Hardy, a couple years ago, would have been great for him.
Hardy, you're right. I forgot about Hardy.
I think, you're gonna if Dable is the guy, and you're gonna see Shakir have a Cole Beasley type impact in this offense. Because
it ain't gonna be all screen bubble, wide receiver screens, right?
No, it's gonna be a lot of option routes. Him and Josh Reed
Correct.
the same way. Figure out where you need to go, where the defense isn't, and go there.
His route tree is going to be expanded. And that's one thing Joe Brady, once again, he fell short of. He wanted to just kind of stick these guys in the same type of routes every single week. Like, he did nothing different to better them, meaning, you know what I mean? Like, expand their routes. Like, Kincaid I feel like would do better.
They never grew.
And they never did.
That was one of the biggest things. There was never any player development.
Thank you, Mikey. That's what player development. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Filthy comes in and asks, "Is Jim Schwartz one of the interview candidates?" I haven't seen his name as one of the head coach interview candidates.
I haven't either. No.
At least Torrance Brown got a couple of years under Cromer. Yeah. I'll be interested.
No,
maybe we bring in Callahan. This Austin Gunn guy who's been mentoring under Cromer too might be a guy that they decide to keep around. That they talk about.
I definitely want a good offensive line. Like, if we did hire Dable, let's say, do not bring Bobby Johnson with you. Keep that guy far away from the building.
This freaking no. A spin no to Ayuk. Matt comes in and says, Leo, Phillip Rivers, in all honesty, could be low key. I don't want to. If we're going to go first time, I want someone who's already in the NFL and understands it from a coaching standpoint.
Younger, too, innovative mind, younger,
I'd rather
different.
have the Davis Webb or the Utachek.
I get your point.
Those guys than Phillip Rivers, who only ever coached in high school.
Correct. But hey, if he wanted to come here and be part of the coaching staff, I'd be for it. Pass game coordinator, right? Let's say it's not quarterback, pass game coordinator. Okay, yeah, I can buy. I can buy into that.
If you really want to be an NFL head coach, coming in under someone like Daboll to be a quarterback's coach is not
exactly. or even
just not.
like I said, even if you want to get with the pass game for whatever you want to make him.
They
You know what I mean?
make him a quarterback coach before they made him pass game coordinator. You need to understand.
You're right. It'd be a jump, but still, I mean, they could if they want. But you're right. Quarterback coach, I think, would be right up his alley, and I think that would be the perfect guy to also go and talk to Josh on the sideline when things aren't going good. He's intense.
And he talks as much trash as Josh talks.
He does, and he's been there, done that. Like he's seen every type of defense, and he can get in Allen's ear and go, "Yo, are you seeing it? Like, you know what I mean? They're doing this to you. You know what I mean? You might want to, you know what I mean? Like I felt like too, Allen when Dable left here too. I felt like it was almost like they, not only do they ignore the offense a lot, right? Especially after Diggs, but they also ignored Allen a little bit, right? They kind of just were like, he's fine now, right? We don't need a guy, on the sideline talking to him. We don't need, he's good with his backup quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, they just kind of left him alone. And I kind of feel like Allen still likes to have that guy on the sideline talking to him. You know what I mean? A guy like a Dable, a guy like a...
He likes to be coached hard.
Yes,
I don't feel like he was coached hard.
Even Ken Dorsey kind of coached him hard a little bit. I mean, Ken Dorsey was in his ear. You know what I mean? Like, he was a great quarterback coach. Like, he was the guy that was always talking to Allen. You know what I mean? Like,
and he was fired.
And I'm not saying baby him up. I'm just saying a guy that could be on there that Allen's comfortable with, that can hold him accountable, that could tell him, hey, let's settle down. Let's do it just seemed like a lot of times Allen was alone.
Or rip Allen's head off for fumbling the ball right before the halftime. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
Brandon Cook and George Pickens be nasty duo. Hear me out. With Shakir in the slot, I'd be okay with that. Keon as your wide receiver 4. I'm interested to see what happens with Keon.
I am too.
Here's a big one. Who's going to be our wide receivers coach? That is going to be a big topic this offseason.
What's Chad Hall doing these days?
We need to bring his ass back.
Right. Hey, Chad, you busy?
But if it's Dayball, he might be.
Dude, you know what? Once again,
what about
players
Stevie?
will be welcome to that.
What about Stevie?
Hey, true. Hey, you could. To me, like I said, this transition, and this is why I'm saying Dable, Mikey, or at least bring him back at some sort of level of coaching. If it's not head coach, maybe OC. But I think him just coming back, it would ease a lot of guys' worriness on the team. Like, what are we going to, what's this offense going to be now? Like, a new coach coming, a new guy we don't know, new OC. Like, after working with McDermott that long, you know what I mean? You bring back Dable, Allen's going to be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get over this. Let's go to work. You know what I mean? Like, guys like Shakir, like all these guys that know.
Anyways.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
No, I know, but it would be much
like
for them. I'm just saying.
Dayball's the safest play.
Safest play. Yeah, it is. It really is. Honestly, it is. And I don't think I think he needs, I'll tell you what, though. I will say this. I hope he learned from his mistakes in New York. If we do hire him here, because he made mistakes, there's no doubt about it. You said it, right? And I hope he learned from them and he can correct them here in Buffalo. And we go on a run. I do believe, though, that he come here and get this thing going again. I do. And it would be his vision, though, right? There's no more tug of war with Sean McDermott.
Yeah. No, it'd be him and Beane. Their vision together.
Yep.
Eric says, can you picture, it would be theater. Rivers and Allen in that quarterback room would be pure theater. And then you throw in Davis Webb as the offensive coordinator and get those three together. I want to see the hard knocks on that.
Right. For me, if I'm Terry Pegula, I'm just trying to. That's what I want.
A good one. My only issue is I don't really want a DC at all. I want to pair Josh up with an offensive mind going forward. Losing an offensive coordinator every couple of years and making Josh constantly go through that, I don't want that.
See, I would take Flores over Shepard, by the way. But if I were to do a DC,
but if they were going young, Shepard is one of those guys.
I get it, but he could also turn out to be like the Jets' first year head coach, and that one's not.
The Bills are smart.
Going too good.
Bieniemy. The problem with Bieniemy is he's a fantastic offensive mind. He does not do well with players.
And I think he just got extended by the Chiefs, by the way.
He just got
so unless
Chiefs.
he got brought back. So if unless somebody brings him in for like a Mike McDaniel situation, he's probably going to return to KC.
Yeah, I don't even think Bellamy's on our list though.
No,
Like,
I've heard
Micah
nothing about that.
Was coaching. Yeah, it'd be wild, man. You know, again, Buffalo fans, 33 points down. Yeah, I get it. And whoever we bring in, we need to bring in an attacking defensive-minded guy. Whoever's in DC. The problem is here's the reason why I want an offensive guy more so than anything. If you bring in a defensive mind, that head coach is gonna not ever change his philosophy. That's his philosophy on defense. If you bring in an offensive mind, whoever that DC's brought in is gonna be the one that's gonna control it. So if you bring in a DC that isn't doing well, and that style's not doing well, they can let him go and go get a different style. But you don't ruin what your offense already is.
Yeah. That and Mikey getting Allen back to his comfort zone, man. Mm-hmm. Getting back to Allen being Allen, is exciting for me too, right? Getting him back to being comfortable. That too, I got to tell you too. If you bring Dable back as well, he knows Allen's comfort, like where he's comfortable, right? Shotgun, under center, this, that. He knows he doesn't like to go here. He knows he doesn't want to do this. Like he knows of Allen's traits.
There's no filling out part between the head coach and
there's not. Right, there's no disconnect.
It's why I think the Dable or Davis Webb is probably the most ideal fitting for the head coaching job. Because Davis Webb also, because he spent a lot of years with Josh early, as the kind of the player coach, and he understands Josh.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why I think one of those two are probably going to end up getting it. Or Brady. Like maybe it is Brady. I mean, I hope it's not, but maybe it is.
God, I hope not. I really don't. I don't want
I'll root for him if he becomes the head coach. I'll
root for anyone here, Mikey, but I don't want him. Yeah. I can't do it. I'll have to, Mark, but
I'm with you on this, Mark. I would say either Cleveland or Arizona is ideal for McDermott.
I'm with you there. I think the Raiders too would be a decent location for him.
Knowing McDermott and his temperament, I don't think Vegas is the right spot for him.
You don't think him and Tom will necessarily
the city.
You might be right, but Cleveland. I'll tell you why Cleveland. I think Cleveland is a perfect destination, but the ownership in Cleveland and everything that goes there.
That's why I think Arizona might be the right fit for him.
Always a problem. Yeah, it's always a problem in Cleveland. So he could go there, and if things are bad, then it could really go south real quick.
That GM is the one that's kind of running things there. He's not going to want to. He's not going to want that. So he might end up in somewhere like Arizona if he even coaches this year. Maybe he decides to take a year off.
I haven't heard anybody even giving him an interview yet, by the way. So interested to see where his first interview is going to be, even
if he even wants one. Like no one's even heard from him.
That's amazing. He may take a right. He hasn't said anything, has he? Yeah, right? No. Has he said anything?
He sent out
put a letter out.
He put out a press release.
He did put the letter out. You're right. He did put you're right.
Thanking the city and the fans and everybody. Yes, he had his interview today. McDaniel.
Mm-hmm. And so did Dable. Dable had his earlier. I think yesterday. Also Brady yesterday as well, I believe. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, Mikey, I just hope Pegula and Beane could just build this ultimate coaching staff is really what I want. Get the best of the best if you can, and get this ship right, man. Get it right.
I need the best fit.
Get the best of the best that's available. If that fits.
I need the best fit.
Right? Yeah, that's true. Best fit.
I like that Josh is in the room. I don't need Josh making the decision.
No,
I need to make sure Josh is on board with whoever they're bringing on, so they have that fit. I don't need Josh making the decision.
I don't think he will, and I don't think he will.
Jack asked, do we trust they make the right decision on coach? You have to. At the end of the day, it's Terry's team. He's going to do what he wants to do.
Did you call him a jackass?
No, I said Jack. They would need to add 1 hour to the play clock if Tommy was the OC. He wouldn't stop talking to get the play up on time.
Oh, can you imagine me calling them? Like, hey, what's going on? Hello, let's talk. What are you doing? What's going on out there?
Tommy's not. Tom. No.
Oh
Tommy
my
would
God.
never get the red chat challenge flag down in time because he'd be arguing with someone upstairs about something that happened 3 plays ago. You know.
Yeah. Yes.
Pagula played
my
the villain
God.
Hill. Is he? Is he playing the villain heel or was he
The heel?
just being brutally honest?
I think he was brutally honest as a billionaire would be. So I think he guys, listen.
Oh, that would not work. Those two together would not work.
Yeah. But Mike, no. But these guys, he's aggressive, right? They're cocky. They feel like, they're looking down on you. That's how these are guys. Listen, he's a billionaire, right? And he's going to cut you off. He's going to be a little arrogant. He's going to be a little bit smug. Outside of that, though, he was honest. And that presser could have been very boring. It could have been just very, very, like, you don't get nothing from it, like most conferences go. He could have been like, we want to thank Sean McDermott. He did a great job here. After 9 seasons, it was unfortunate we had to part ways. And that's it, right? He didn't give you nothing else. Like, he gave you as much as he could. He was truthful. I didn't like that he cut Brandon Beane off. That's the only thing I would say I didn't care for. Like,
I'll take
because
that.
Brandon Beane really didn't have his say. You know what I mean? Like, the Coleman thing, like, I would have liked to really hear what he was about to say, and you notice that Beane never really addressed it after that. Like,
he did. He walked it back a little bit and said, we were in, it was in,
you're right. He did say, right.
He
together,
did walk it
yeah.
back a little bit,
A little
because
bit,
if
but
anything, Beane is a team player,
he is, yeah. But I think even Beane was a little caught off guard.
Yeah.
Like,
do I believe, Pagula, that McDermott had more power in that draft room than people want to give him credit for? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure. And to Pagula he did say coaches. He didn't necessarily say McDermott.
Yep.
Right? He did say coaches. And you know what kind of makes me believe that a little bit, Mikey? Just a little bit. Because if you go back to the Wyatt Teller situation when Brandon Beane talked on presser, then what did he say? He said, "I'll never
I'll never take that. If I feel strongly about something, I'm going to do it." Because he listened to Bobby Johnson and Sean McDermott and got rid of Wyatt Teller, and he regretted it.
And he says, "I'll never do that again. I'll do my own due diligence before I make that decision." So he basically. And that was 3 years ago, right? Whenever that was. Like, that was a while ago.
It was longer than that. That was like
4 years, whatever. Yeah.
It was like year 2 of Josh.
Right. And he said, he
was like
flat out
6 years
said,
ago.
yeah. Right. It was a long time ago. Right.
Yeah.
But he said, I'll never make that mistake again. So clearly, like, that kind of tells you everything you need to know. Like, all these people are involved with all the decisions. The 53, waiving. Are we going to waive this guy? You don't want him on the team? What are we going to do with him? Right? Like, these are all decisions that coaches, coaching staff, assistant GM, all these guys get in the room together and make the ultimate decision. And really, at the end of the day, guys, it was McDermott and Beane. And it's funny. Everybody's pointing out the Beane clip where he's like, it's Keon Coleman, or unless something crazy happened, guys. If you go back to all those draft episodes that they did, it was McDermott and Beane together. And every single one of those talking in an office about players and who they're going to draft. Guys, every single draft pick, they all talk to. Every single one. They all talk to him at the combine. So they're all heavily involved. Like, just saying, this isn't one particular guy going over another guy's head making the decision. Any news?
You don't have to sell me on it. No, I was. The next question was, can we look up Allen's career numbers with Dable?
Brian Dable?
Yeah,
I pulled him up a while ago, 2024. But go ahead.
Yeah,
they're quite impressive.
Right? So he had 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions in 2020. 4407 with 36 touchdowns, with 15 interceptions in 21. He had 42-83 with 35 and 14 and 22. And then Daboll is gone.
Right. And then what's his numbers then? Under 4,000. Both years.
In 23 with Dorsey, he went 43-06, 29 and 18. And then in 24 and 25, he went 37-36, 28-25. This was his worst passing touchdown year since his second year in the league.
Yeah, and yardage was down too. Both back-to-back seasons under Brady as well, under 4,000. So even with Ken Dorsey, his numbers were better passing. Yeah. So you're definitely going to see a better Josh Allen, at least in the passing game. I believe, especially if it's Dable coming back to coach the Bills, or any offensive-minded head coach. I feel like is gonna really bring the best out of Josh. Also, too, I want to say this as well. I'm glad there's a new head coach here as well, or we're about to get one, because I feel like every head coach's responsibility, if you have a franchise quarterback, is to build around your franchise quarterback. You don't avoid him. You do not go to the defense because you're a defensive-minded head coach. I felt like McDermott fell to the defense way too hard and ignored the offense for way too long, and went defensive heavy in drafts, went defensive heavy in free agency.
Minded head coach,
right? And instead of building around your franchise quarterback, instead of protecting him, getting guys around him, surrounding him with talent, I think he simply felt like Josh is so great that we can win. We don't need that. Like, you know what I mean? We don't need to get him the bet. You know what I mean? We don't need to get him help. He'll figure it out. He's always figured it out, right? Like, Josh is Superman. You know what I mean? Like, I almost felt like he got too comfortable with Josh just finding a way to win.
Why do you think he hugged him all the time after games after Josh saved his bacon?
Right. But you shouldn't, right? But you shouldn't do that to your quarterback, right? You shouldn't make him have to be that guy all the time. And I felt like that was just like, and also I felt like Bills Mafia forgot about that. Like, Josh Allen, like, yeah, he didn't have the greatest game against Denver, but guys, we wouldn't even be playing against Denver if it wasn't for Josh Allen.
Played one of his worst playoff games that he's ever played, and we still had a chance to win.
And that's what I'm saying, but we wouldn't even be in the situation, Mikey, if it wasn't for that guy. Right.
Yeah. First and 15th comes in and says, man, if the Bills don't hire Kubiak, that's the hire. I'd be okay with that, but there's a good chance Kubiak's in the Super Bowl. Are you okay letting all of the guys go? And
that is the biggest problem.
Hoping Kubiak wants to come?
Right, and that's what we were talking about earlier. That is the biggest problem, and that's why I brought it up to Mikey, is if you take that risk and you go, okay, we're going to really wait here, we're going to wait it out, but what if Kubiak goes, maybe I want to return? Right? We just won, right? A Super Bowl, whatever the case may be. Or maybe they lost and he wants to run it back, or maybe he doesn't like Buffalo. Maybe he has a better offer, more money. Anything can happen. And you're really rolling the dice on that. And you're going to miss out on some good opportunities while you're waiting on one. There's more than one opportunity here. There's a couple coaches, right, Mikey, that we'd be okay with. And if you pass all these guys up for one and the one doesn't show up, you're fucked. You're down to, right, maybe Phillip Rivers, right? You know what I mean? Like, fuck, man, Rivers.
I don't think
we're gonna find anybody.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. Like, I think Daboll would have signed as the OC in Tennessee, debating on if he doesn't get that coaching job, but with that being the out. But at the end of the day, like, if you find your guy and you feel comfortable with your guy, go get him. If none of these guys are the guy, then wait.
Yeah. Has Daboll been interviewed anywhere else? I don't think so, right? I haven't. Has he? Okay.
He's already basically said if he doesn't get that coaching job, he's going to Tennessee.
As OC. No, but has he what jobs has he interviewed for head coach though? So far.
I think he interviewed for Tennessee. I think he interviewed for Miami, and then I think he also interviewed
Miami. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. Then I also think, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think I also heard that he interviewed for Baltimore.
I know Brady also interviewed for Miami as well. Now,
Brady's interviewed
who's
for
Brady?
like 4 or 5 different places.
Arizona, I think he interviewed as well.
Yeah, Arizona. I think he is Miami, Arizona, Baltimore, Atlanta, and there's one more.
So he doesn't have a lot of options now. There's teams are picking up coaches right now.
Yeah.
I just want him. Honestly,
I bet you ends up in Arizona. I bet you ends up.
I just want him. I just want him hired so I can scratch him off this list.
I'm with you, Eric, on that. I think Beane should have did the presser himself, but it's first.
But you
time,
have to have your owner out there, though.
You don't have,
on
a
decision like that.
You don't have to.
Yeah, but it's a big deal. 9 years.
See,
I know you don't have to, but
because they fired McDermott, that's why Pagula was out there. And normally it would have been Kim, not Terry.
And I think if it was the other way around, if Beane hired McDermott, maybe that would have been the case, Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that McDermott was here first, then basically brung in Beane, you would be throwing Beane into the Shark tank, right? And with the Sharks, right? Like, I think Pagula, it was his responsibility, to be honest with you, to be out there. It was his choice. Because you know why? People would have been like, "Oh, for sure."
Well, they wanted to understand what was the reason you were letting McDermott go. That was a Terry Pagula had to be out there to answer it.
Correct. That's saying. Like, Beane never said why he was like. He didn't say anything about why they fired me. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't did he? I don't recall.
He wasn't part of the conversation.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. So you can't really throw him out there if he wasn't the one that ultimately made the decision. You know what I mean? Like, Pagula, he had to do that.
Dallas Simpson says, "Do you think we're going after wide receiver?" I think we're going after wide receiver. I don't think we're going after wide receiver in the draft. I think we're going to either trade for one or sign one in free agency. But I do believe
I'm with you.
We're going to. I do believe whoever our next head coach is also going to change our scheme, and we're going to run actual NFL type of offense where we're not going to be running these bubble screens and short stuff. They're going to say, okay, we have a unicorn quarterback. Let's use our unicorn quarterback the way we need to.
And I think they're also obviously waiting on the coach to make those decisions on guys they want to bring in.
Daboll's not good head coach material coming from a Giants fan. Okay.
I mean,
listen,
we'll find out.
I think if Brian Daboll
he did fail.
OC,
he did fail.
Yep. If he is our OC, he also did take him to the playoffs.
Correct.
The one time he actually had a decent quarterback.
Right.
If Brian Daboll was our OC or our head coach, I think Shakir would be talked about as one of the elite slot guys, just like Beasley was. Like
100%.
Daboll had Beasley as an All-Pro.
Best years ever for Cole Beasley. Matter of fact, I'll even name another guy. John Brown had his best season. Here, you want me? You know what, Mikey? I'll even double up on that one. Stephon Diggs had his best career with who? Brian Daboll, Josh Allen, and Brian. Yes, I mean Brian Daboll and Josh Allen here in Buffalo with Stephon Diggs. Pretty much breakout years was here in Buffalo, right? So let's be honest here. So, also McKenzie. Once again, I go back to that guy. Guy's not even in the league. He hasn't done shit since he left here, right? Cole Beasley, when he came back, I know he was older, but come on. So, Brian Daboll can definitely get guys playing at a higher level for sure.
Okay. Enough of the Brian Daboll talk. All right. Next, our major problem is defense. Hire Spagula. We just had a defensive-minded head coach. Why would you want to do that again? Lean into your to your strengths. That is our offense.
Mm-hmm.
Go hire an aggressive defensive mind. They're out there. And then if it doesn't work, fire him. If you go get a defensive mind like Spagula or one of those aggressive Lou Anarumo or one of those, and we don't like their style, well, guess what? They're the head coach. It's never going to change. I don't want to go through that again. Give me an offensive-minded head coach. Go get me a aggressive defensive-minded DC that if it's not working, the offensive mind can get rid of them. I don't want to go through 8-9 years of shit defense ever again. Because our head coach is a defensive-minded guy and refuses to change his philosophy.
And he also
Don't wanna see
ignores
that
the
shit
offense at the same time.
Yes,
And
no.
right.
Nope. I want no part. I want I want a really good defensive-minded guy to come in and run our defense. I do not want him to be the head coach.
And honestly, Mikey, the facts are the facts. Offensive-minded head coaches are winning Super Bowls. Well, let's be real, for the most part, right? The league is offense, right? That's what it's all about right now. I'm not saying ignore the defense, but this is what it is. It's an offensive league.
How about you give your all-world quarterback an offensive mind?
That's what I'm saying. It's an offensive league, and I want to get points, man. That's how you. Listen. I want points, and I want a lot of them, right? I want to be the greatest show on grass because we're going to grass, baby. We are going to grass, Mikey. A new stadium, new coach, new philosophy, new vision. I'm super excited, man.
Yep. Especially when it's Tommy Mikey. The another thing about Joe Brady is he's bad at running the ball on first down. There was a lot of issues I had with Joe Brady. His inability to make an adjustment until after halftime drove me nuts.
Yep.
How many leads did Daboll blow for the Giants this season? He didn't make his DC making. That's some of my concern with Daboll.
Yeah,
his ability to hold his coaches accountable and make those changes. Because now Daboll getting Josh Allen is different than Daboll having Jackson Dart.
Correct.
Correct. Daboll with the Bills offense is different than Daboll with the Giants offense. It's a big difference in that way. Because you guys didn't, but I get what you're saying. He blew a lot of leads too.
Yeah, and he also
had a really good defense.
And we're also hoping, obviously, that he learned from his mistakes, that he doesn't make the same mistakes twice, right? So we're not even saying he's not even the head coach yet. But if he were, we're hoping that stuff gets corrected.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about the Ravens getting a mentor? I hate it because I loved Mentor, and that's such a good pick for them, but I actually hate it. Belichick, he's past his prime.
He's too old. He's too old, yeah.
I'm on the Leslie Frazier train. Listen, if
Frazier,
I would be okay with Frazier coming back.
Yeah.
If we can't get Schwartz would be my number one. That guy never has a bad defense.
Absolutely.
And he can adapt his defense to any type of player.
Anything. It doesn't matter.
You know what I mean? I think
you saw while he was here.
I think you start seeing some of the guys that we have that we consider like good players become better. He's very much like Cromer was, right? He's an asshole. Let's call him what it is from a person. He's not the best person. That dude can coach football, and he's a teacher, and he makes guys better.
Yeah,
but Leslie Frazier is a nice guy who's a teacher and makes guys better as well.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
Our defense got worse after Frazier left. We were a top
Absolutely.
defense until Frazier left.
It got worse every year after that. It never got better, bro.
Tommy Mikey, I know Josh played bad, but at the same time, Josh left the field with 4 minutes, and all defense had to do is make one stop. Yeah,
that's it.
I'm with you on it.
And guys,
you don't
in that drive
83
too.
Yards.
In that drive, we had, I think, twice they had 3rd and long, and we gave it up both times.
Yeah, that's
story
what
of the
I'm
defense.
most excited. Story of Sean McDermott's career: 3rd and long conversions.
3rd and long. Yep.
They have 3rd and 15, and he gives it up.
Yep.
Because he plays that
clock
soft
management.
Zone.
That's the other thing too. Clock management, terrible clock management. Understanding that calling timeouts, unnecessary timeouts, and then he doesn't call timeouts, Mikey, when he needed to. Why wouldn't you call a timeout there when Trey goes out and at least just go? All right, Dane's going in. Let's do this,
Trey
right?
Let's come back.
Or see if Trey or whatever. But even if he couldn't,
or say okay,
now you call it.
Now you run a zone with too high coverage. So you don't get beat on man-to-man with a backup corner who's not good man-to-man.
Right. Like, now's your time. Now's your time to use the timeout. Okay, shit. All right, what are we going to do here? Okay, because they're going to attack. Right, we're going. Sean Payton, he's not an idiot, right? He's like, right? He's going, oh, shit, here's my moment. Bro, McDermott, what happened there? Right? Yeah. You did it twice on that drive.
I'm not here to shit on McDermott. McDermott was a very good coach. He did.
I'm just saying.
And you know, at the end of the day, it didn't work out, and he was moved on for a reason.
He moved on.
First ask, who do you think McDermott would have thrown under the bus if he stayed? He tried to throw. I think he was trying to throw Beane under the bus, and
It
He lost
seemed
that
way.
battle.
It backfired. Yeah.
I think that's part of
Yeah.
the reason why he's truly gone is because he started openly criticizing the roster in the media.
Correct. And I think that Pagula
part
thought it
of it.
was still.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He talked about it at the
Didn't
press
like it.
conference about the power
Yeah.
play guys. He talked
Yeah.
about it. Those aren't my type of guys.
Right.
Do I blame Sean for saying what he said? Was Sean wrong with what he said? No, because we all killed Beane for not making a move, and we didn't think the
Absolutely.
roster was good.
Yeah.
enough. But at the same time, you keep that shit behind closed doors when you're the leader.
Correct. You also okayed it in the offseason, though. It was your philosophy. It was you didn't need the one. You're the one that wanted us to get rid of the one.
You ran the one out of town.
Right. So, I mean, what are you talking about?
Another good thing Sean ain't the coach anymore is no more long ass drives, sometimes leading to no
Oh
points.
my God.
We
that was
might go
ridiculous.
up tempo again.
Yeah.
No pass rush off the small linebackers. The inability to stop the run.
Right.
I want someone
Exactly.
chair, not any
Exactly,
corner
Edward.
or pass.
That's how I feel.
So Edward doesn't want Dable
Except for
because he's a
pass. Except for pass. I don't want current. Pass, it depends, right? We just talked about it. Like, I wouldn't hate the fact if Leslie Frazier came back. I wouldn't hate Dable coming back because Dable did good things here, right? Dable wasn't an issue here. Matter of fact, he was a positive here. Leslie Frazier, players loved him, right? He was a good defensive coordinator. Defense was one of the best while he was here. Chad Hall, if we could bring back him as receiver coach, he was loved here. Our receiving, we have best
receiving core we ever had was with him.
So there's certain guys that you could bring back and go, hey, Jim Schwartz was a former coach here. I would love for him to come back, right? So not every coach that coached here, was a bad coach or would be a bad thing to come back. So I get your point. I wouldn't want. I don't know if I would want anyone on the current coaching staff back, but
there's one that was a senior defensive assistant that's a former, defensive coordinator that I would love to have back. The guy that? I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
The one guy that everybody was talking about to start the season.
He wasn't a coordinator.
Yeah.
And he did bring a different style, so I wouldn't mind having him back.
Yeah.
There's a couple secondary guys I wouldn't mind having back, but other than that, we'll see.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of Josh turnovers was due to him hating the tempo of the offense, and he hated the shot passing. He got bored. Yeah. The problem that happened with Josh, and I noticed this a lot, and Tommy and I talked about it a lot during the season, was Josh was fine when we were in rhythm, getting chunk plays, moving things down the field, scoring touchdowns. But when we would go 1st and 10, penalty, move us back. Or 1st and 10, run up the middle, lose 2 yards. Josh would then go and try to make a throw, and he'd throw, a 7, 8, 9 yard holding penalty, move us back. Now it's, 2nd or 1st and 25. Josh got frustrated really easy with that because, we'd be moving down the field, and then boom, push us back. So Josh was trying to make up for those mistakes. And let's talk about our inability to tackle in the 9 years. Talk about the undisciplined play during the 9 years.
Right.
How many times did we get a fumble and find out a guy was offsides?
Yeah, I'm with you. You know what too drove me nuts too, and it kind of shows you that either Brady didn't trust the receivers to get open, or he just was so stuck on his play calling, which was 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 8, whatever. He would do these screens more than anything. He would throw not past the sticks. He would always throw either at the sticks or short. And it's we've never done that.
We went from the worst yak team in football to the best yak team in football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We just want Josh somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
But
it just seemed like he didn't trust any. It's crazy that Shakir was a guy that could do so much on the field other than slot, which he is a slot guy, but you could line them up on the outside, and yet we just kind of made them almost one-dimensional at times.
Yeah.
Like, here's what we're going to do all the time for you. Same with Mikey, same with Elijah Moore. Like, it was just like, we're only going to do this one thing. Like, that's it. Like, we're not going to get you, they're your route. Like, your routes and what we're going to use you for here are very minimum. Like, I just feel like if we have a better OC here, they would have used this offense. Even though they weren't the best core of receivers, Mikey, Dable or Davis, they would have found a way to make them a better, like, or, you know, get their route trees open more. Like, we just didn't do it here. You know, Keon Coleman, you said it earlier. Keon's interesting. Well,
yeah.
Maybe a new coach comes here, finds a place for him.
Yeah. And I don't know how much that was Brady versus what McDermott wanted, the style of offense.
True. It could have been.
We'll find out when Brady goes and gets a job somewhere, whether he's a head coach or a OC.
Yeah.
Else, and we'll see what kind of style they play.
That is true.
You know? We'll find out.
Yep.
Call me crazy, but I think Dawkins is done or about done. I think you need to move on from him. Problem is you can't. We've kicked his cap down so far.
Structured down the road. Yeah, you know, he's a lifer.
He's a lifer in Buffalo, guy. Sorry, I hate to burst the bubble, but you know he ain't going anywhere. I thought Moore and Palmer
I think he's
adequate.
He's fine.
I thought Moore and Palmer would have been great if we just ran a normal offense.
Problem with Palmer, you know, here's my deal. I think Palmer wasn't as bad as he seemed, because once again, we talk about Coleman, we talk about these other receivers, what they could be like with somebody that understands strengths. But my only issue with Palmer, and I hope it's not something that carries on because he'll probably be here next year, is he doesn't turn into a Curtis Samuel situation where injuries are just constantly keeping him off the field, because then he's a waste. He'll never get better. Meaning, you know what I mean? A coach can't do anything with you if you're not on the field. So I hope that part, the injuries, doesn't play a part in.
When we cleaned house,
Oh, that too. Yeah, that was terrible, huh? One of our worst years, a couple years ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes back to that throwing short of the sticks all the time. Then Josh had to do the tush push. Like, that's not great. And he's getting older. Like, let's slow that down. You know,
get a bigger back too, man. Yeah. You know, get a bigger back here in the third. You know, in the third day of the draft or something, man. Yeah. Get a bruiser.
All right, I need to get out of here because it's getting late.
Yeah, we're out of here anyway. So
I got home and came straight out here. I haven't even eaten yet.
No, we're good. I've been on here a long time, 2 hours and 20 minutes. So, guys, man, we appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. Mikey, I didn't expect you to come on. I appreciate you.
So I'll be on with you on Mondays. I'll probably pop
Mondays
in.
at 10.
I'll probably pop in a little bit over the next couple Mondays, but I do plan on taking a little bit of time off before we get really started into the postseason. But with the coaching search going on, I kind of got to be here. So I'll be a Monday guy. And when I can on Fridays, I'll pop in to say hi.
Yeah, no, I got you. All right, guys. So tomorrow I will have AFC Shakedown. Might as well. There's only one team left in it. That's the Patriots. So Juan's happy about that. We'll talk a little bit, obviously, about Buffalo Bills.
You know they're going to wax them. Jerry Stidham's playing quarterback.
Oh, they're going to,
They're walking right into the Super Bowl.
They're walking right into the Super Bowl. But so you know he's happy. And obviously the Dolphins news and stuff we'll get into tomorrow. Monday, I'm on live every Monday with Dan Mitchell at 10:30. Mm-hmm. So you guys definitely want to tune in over there. And you know, all season long or all off season as well. And then me and Mikey return Monday night at 10 o'clock, Monday Night Uncensored. And maybe by Monday night, maybe there's some coaches hired and it's down to only a few, and you know, maybe things heat up. Maybe there's a second interview. Like, that will be something. If we hear a second interview for, let's say, Dable, right? Then you know things are maybe heating up there again, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe by Monday we hear something, right? Maybe some news coming in. So
there might be, because after Sunday's games, whoever didn't win,
right, will be also.
And I believe even the ones that are going to the Super Bowl because there's like that Super Bowl the week off, they might be able to interview then too. So I think after this weekend's games, there's some interviewing that can be done.
Do you want to make your selections right now, by the way? For
who's gonna win?
For who's Super Bowls?
I think it's gonna be Rams Patriots.
Yeah, I do too. I just don't see the way Denver can pull that off. If they do, oh, boy, Patriots fans are going to lose their fucking mind. But I just don't see it happening. I think Patriots. That's what I mean.
You know, nah,
bro, you know what? If that happened, if that did, which it won't.
If they had Bo, I think they win.
They have a good possibility.
I think they win.
I'll say this though: if they do win, then Sean Payton, boy, he's a fucking genius.
You want to hear something wild? And I'm not gonna stay long because I want to go eat.
Yeah, we're going anyways. Yeah.
But Drake May played horrible last week, and he was bailed out by how bad.
Yeah, his defense.
CJ Stroud played, but no one's talking about how bad Drake May was in that game. He had like 4 turnovers.
No, he did not play well. But that defense is legit. But that offense stinks. Like they got it.
CJ was bad. Like I was calling for him to get benched and put in
Davis Mills. Yeah, bro. Houston has a big question mark. Boy, they got a big question mark at quarterback, man, going into next season. Because I don't know if that, for as good as your defense is, it's kind of like when we say about Josh Allen, you're wasting away your defense because eventually these guys are going to get paid somewhere else and leave or get hurt or what. You know what I mean? Like that defense will only be elite so long. One more thing too. Before you leave too, one more thing. Somebody brought up a great point about the 13 seconds. I forget who it was, but they said it was very much like, because they were talking about like what did it was Tyler Dunn. He said on with Cowherd. Yeah, he said it was kind of like Seattle when they tried to throw it on first and goal at the 1.
Killed the franchise.
Killed the franchise, and there he was saying
that regime was done. Then after that,
and he was saying the 13 seconds
the rest of the way.
Yep. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. For all the newbies, I thank you so much. And like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Bills Mafia, we love you. As always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Go Bills.
That's right.
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through.